guys have been adventuring in the land of Toivoa, specifically up around Nausea. But last week, you guys managed to assault a ship on the docks, and after getting yourselves knocked out, rendered unconscious, and captured, thrown in the hold for sale into slavery, you guys managed to escape, retake the ship, take one of the patrons of the ship captive, and have her tied up in the belly of the boat. It's at that point that we're going to pick this up, as you guys are currently sailing along.
Task failed successfully.
And for some reason, my art's missing there.
Okay.
That's showing up for you guys, yeah.
So it's a bright day today, huh?
We have 3 questions that we need to address as a group. I think question 1 is where are we going? Question 2 is do we try to disguise the ship, and if so, how? And then question 3 is what do we do about our captive in the hold? Are we going to try and interrogate them, or is that too risky?
I'm not a fan of just leaving them down there unwatched, personally.
Which they currently are.
Yeah.
I'll just punch them out again if they try to make a play.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be fine.
I don't know how lucky we got the first time.
So at the moment, I don't know if you're doing back-end stuff. I just see like a white screen.
Yeah, I
on
see
my
a white
Roll20.
screen.
Me too.
So it's hard for me to set up where we're going to be walking next.
Yeah, for some reason the art stopped showing up.
I see a ship in a storm.
Yeah,
Is this just the morning you said?
Yep.
I see the map now.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to get that art fixed.
It's all good.
Yep.
It doesn't hurt to give Ray a moment too. Maybe it'll work out.
She will be joining us momentarily. I just got a note. Okay.
Well, that's even better then. Like we're not in a rush.
So, is there anything you guys want to do as far as the individual in the cargo hold?
Well, we definitely need to keep an eye on her.
You think she'd like have any information? I don't know how useful she is. Just
we can
locked out
try
down
and
there.
bargain. Yeah.
I feel like if we try to talk to her, she's gonna cast a funny spell and run away.
All right.
What about just like
she's gonna run too?
We could just talk to her through the door. That's what she did to us. Just nobody take the coin. She still has that coin. If someone tries to bribe you, don't take it.
You know,
Saw what
I
happened there.
still worked for them. I think I'm not going to try that.
Well, we can
Beaver.
try and bargain with her, and offer her release in exchange for information. I don't have any magic that would be especially useful for interrogation, but maybe someone else has something.
I don't know. I can buff my chest up and intimidate her, but I don't have any tricks up my sleeve.
Honestly, I'm more curious about whatever the hell the contract is that we're gonna have to do next. I mean, they told us to take the ship, and then what? How are we gonna get the message?
Well, one step at a time, I think. Let's start by focusing on our current problems, and then the assumption that we're eventually going to get to where we need to go is a pretty big assumption. So I don't think there's a point worrying about it right now.
Before we can we're going to go, we need to find land at all.
Yeah, assuming we picked up exactly where we left off. We've only been upstairs for a couple minutes since we tied up the witch downstairs. So if somebody knows how to sail the ship, I say go ahead and do it, and then I'm going to head back downstairs and check on the prisoner.
Isn't our wonderful Saphira here a privateer?
That's one word for it. First thing I'd like to do, though, is I'd actually like to drop the anchor. Just because, we gotta figure out where we are. We don't want to drift out to sea too far. So,
Yes, we do have an anchor and chain.
Well, if you want me to carry something heavy, I can do that.
Okay.
When we look out to sea, what do we see? Do we see any land? Is it just sea on all sides?
Please roll a perception check, Miss Crystal Latte.
To double back on that, Coin would like to do a check on if he has an idea of where we are geographically.
Okay. Let's roll. This would be a survival check for navigation. Crystal, as you look out to sea, what you see is the Great Blue Sea.
Lovely.
As I could break into song, however, you don't want me to do that. Mr. Coin, you know that you are somewhere likely north of Nausea because the waves are significantly higher than they would be between the two land masses. So if we go back to the map here, you guys are most likely out this direction as opposed to in this direction. Because in here it starts acting like a fjord and gets less wavy.
All right. Coin's going to relay this. He's going to say, so I don't have my map with me. It's hard to really pin down. It seems like we're somewhere in Nausea. I'd say more towards the open ocean, maybe more towards the east. But it's hard to say what the closest landmass would be, aside from just steering south.
Well, which direction did we want to go? If we were leaving Nausea, which direction would we have to go to get to the place
Eric,
we were told to go?
I
East,
assume Coin has an idea of cardinal direction. Would he be able to sort of point out where south is relative to our current?
Based off of a 14 survival, absolutely.
Okay. Coin's just going to point in one direction.
Something we are going to establish very quickly, very similar to Earth. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. North is to the north of that, and south is to the south of that. We're going to keep the cardinal directions very static, because otherwise I mess with you guys and we confuse the tar out of everybody.
All right. So
Because if I
Coin's
could rename those, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Coin's going to point towards where is south, and he's going to say, if we go that way long enough, I know we're going to hit something.
Then I'll get over to the wheel and start turning the rudder so that we can angle the boat south.
You know,
Okay.
the one that broke us out, did he actually tell us where we actually need to go first when we got the ship? I don't even remember.
Now, he kind of just told us to take the ship, didn't he? Maybe he thought, like, he was going to meet us at the shore.
What
So,
was the name?
maybe we should go back. He might be waiting for us.
Enland's Way, Enland's Alley, Enland Point, something like that?
Enlin. Okay, but I mean, honestly, you're the captain, so.
And he kind of shrugs.
To get and all I remember is we needed to go east around the continent. So
Well, then
not all
I
the way around,
guess.
but if we
I
can get to land, we can figure out where we are from there, and then just hug the coasts until we get there, right?
So at the end of the last session, Eric, I don't know if it was actively, you said we're probably around like 6 hours to land. Does
You're
that
6 hours from where you left.
okay? Then, based on my survival check, I know like I can't specifically say where we came from, but like I'm trying to survey if like how long we are from hitting something based on where we are, but I don't imagine that would be
At
super
most,
clear.
6 hours.
All right. Coin will, based on what he understands, he'll be like, I think we can make it survivably to hit land somewhere south. I'm not sure exactly where we'll land, but unless someone's gone, more than 20 hours without eating, we should be all right.
Okay.
I mean, we
At
got
that
no
point
fishing.
that your survival kicks in, you have no water.
Wait, is Coin getting exhausted now?
No. You could get into the ocean water perfectly fine.
Oh, I see what you
have no
mean.
fresh water
Does it
for
specify?
drinking.
That's an issue.
Okay, we need that.
For drinking.
Hey, we don't, none of you guys know how to just make a cup of water appear in front of me, do ya? You probably would have done that in the prison now that I think about it.
Unfortunately not. Although, I mean, we could go 24 hours without water and not die, so if we make it back by
Speak for
the end
yourself.
of the day...
It's a joke. Go on.
Well, I'm glad it was a joke, because I cannot help you.
Coin, like, looks around with, like, a dead face, and he's like, I'm not too worried about my problems.
I mean, you could always try to, like, I don't know, shape the water in a weird way. Maybe you could, like, filter out the salt or something. I don't know.
I
Magic's
don't
weird.
have that much fine control. I've tried it before. It doesn't work.
How are these guys supposed to where were they sailing with no water?
Well, clearly
Well-
they weren't gonna go far.
Yeah, or maybe they weren't going anywhere at all. Maybe only one person came.
Or
And
maybe
we
one
know-
of them, maybe we should have kept one of them hostage so they could make food for us.
Well,
Well,
we
I
have one of
mean,
them
we
hostage.
kind of
Put it
do.
in the ship to try to make it like a tax haven or something.
All right. Well,
Eric?
anybody,
Max Haven. Wow.
anybody
wrap
who
my head
wants
around
to
that
try
one.
and steer the ship back to shore is welcome to do so. But I don't think I can be helpful in that endeavor. So I'm going to go downstairs and keep an eye on I'd say our guest, but really we're the guests and she's the host.
Coin will
I'll keep
confer
an eye
with
on our host.
Saphira just to let
Can I do a perception check on the
the
boat?
person running it know which
Sure.
direction to maintain.
Since I grew up
Try to
I
find
grew
it.
up around boats, and so I
Mhm.
want to see if I've seen this before, or if I know who made it, or where the boat could have been, like, could have come from.
Okay. Sure. With an 8, this would actually be more of an investigation because
Oh, okay.
you're looking for details about the boat, not just trying to. You see the boat. The boat is here. The boat smells like a boat. You guys can smell the ocean, etc. But investigating the boat is going to get you more of that kind of information. So, an investigation check would be better, unless you rolled like that.
Ruse is actually Ruse is gonna actually do some snooping around on the boat, trying to figure out why the bandits were doing what they were doing, essentially.
Just a moment. On Crystal's information, you've never seen a boat like this. This is a very uncentaur-like boat, and it is not a boat that would have been around the fabulous port that you grew up in. This is a very stout cargo-like ship that you have no familiarity with whatsoever. There's no way that a party would have been held on this thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, as far as Ruzid goes, Ruzid, where are you looking for this information?
I'm like kind of scouring the cargo, trying to look for any signs of like any writings or any like documentation or anything, any sort of even if it's not direct, like indirect indicators of what this ship might have been being used for.
As you go around, you will find in the very corners of the cargo hold a material that kind of feels like dirt and is kind of spongy to the touch. There's very little of it, just enough to, cover your fingertips. It's like the remains of something that fell out of a crate.
Ugh.
If you'd like to roll a medicine check, you can attempt to identify that. Or nature, either way. Nature
No, I'll try
or
nature. Oh.
Remember, the dice like to tell a story.
Yeah.
I'll walk
So-
over and look at it and be like, "Ew, what is that? Can I do it?"
Yeah, let's roll your nature. Okay, medicine. Oh. Let me send this to Crystal. This makes a lot of sense coming from Crystal.
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of weird.
Okay, I'm sending her a note here.
What do you think, Crystal? You're taking quite a close look at it.
Where are you sending me the note?
There you go, in roll 20. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I had to type it all out and, try to be specific. And whatever you do with that, that's up to you.
Oh, I've seen this before. This is something that, people back at school used to take for, a fun time, I guess. I, of course, never did. I never did.
So
I
they
never did
were
anything like that.
trading narcotics or something?
Yeah, whatever that is. Sure.
Okay, well, that kind of makes sense.
Whatever that is.
So this is the party boat?
I don't think it's a party boat. I think it's the boat that holds the drugs that make the party boat.
Ah, maybe they were traffickers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The drugs aren't still on it, are they?
I mean,
Coin says, turning his
a
head.
tiny little trace. That's the only way I figured out that there's drugs at all, or were drugs.
Oh yeah, we need to get this thing painted fast.
Right.
I'm hearing party bus. Is that like what we've all decided? Party ship?
Party bus. If we're trying to make them not think we have drugs, I don't know if party bus is going to be a good start.
So Bryn gets curious about the purpose of this boat, and I'm gonna head down the ladder.
Okay.
And, actually, this time. So as I'm going down the ladder, I have not gotten a long rest, but I have reached second level. So I would like to invoke my Font of Magic and spend both of my sorcery points to recover a first level spell slot.
Okay.
And then I would also like to cast Armor of Agathis on myself at first level.
Interesting, okay.
So this gives me 5 temporary hit points, and anybody who does melee damage to me takes an automatic 5 cold damage.
Sure.
I'm gonna tap Savira and be like, I think he's nervous.
Alright.
Getting you ready for a fight over there? What, you gonna speed up the witch?
It never pays to be careful.
Never pays to be careful.
Never pays to be careful. Yeah, so...
I need to make that. I
I'm
expect
back,
that to a shirt.
I'm kind of absent-minded because I'm thinking about getting my spells set up and wondering what's the best way to handle this situation. Okay, so is our host still tied up in still tied up and gagged, or has she done a bunk on us?
Last time you checked, she was tied up and gagged. You guys locked the door, and so that's the last time you guys saw the individual.
All right. So there's no peephole that opens from the outside that I can use to look in.
Nope.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, if you're gonna open the door, then you might as well make sure I'm with you.
All right. Yeah. Can you come down and can you grab the keys on your way down?
Doesn't Coin have the keys? Coin!
I've got the keys. I didn't throw these ones out. Coin will get them out and toss them to you.
Thank Kareska, jeez.
Oh, I'm glad you tossed them to him because if I just heard toss them, we know where they're ending.
Well, you know what I mean, like 2 feet, not.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, Bridget
Coin-
takes the coin. Takes
Coin
the
will
key.
position himself. He won't enter with them, but he'll stay outside the door that they enter in, just to kind of, in case she slips by you.
Okay.
All
And
right.
do you want to talk to
Yeah.
her? You ready?
Oh, well, I mean, it's worth a shot. We can't just leave her in the hold forever. At some point, we gotta either kill her or let her go. And I'm no fan of just killing her. At least not yet.
If she tries to kill us here, I'm going to kill her. Just letting you
You
know.
can speak for
Okay,
yourself.
I can't really argue with that, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of just walking in and cutting her throat, because that just seems.
Oh, if she doesn't try anything funny, then I won't kill her.
All right, that's fair. I'm agreed with that. All right, I unlock the door and peek inside.
So I've got Bryn, Coin, and Ruzid going downstairs, right? Just making
Coin
sure.
is watching the door, essentially. I assume they're closing the hatch behind, and he's just sort of positioned above it.
Above it. Okay, so you're upstairs with the other 4 people.
Yeah, but like he might open it and peek in, depending on how
Okay.
loud things get.
All good. All right, so I'm going to take the other 2 below decks.
All right.
There we go. And you guys are opening the door. And we're going to open the door here. So, you unlock it, and you try to open the door, which should open inward. And there is something blocking it from opening.
Okay.
Seems like
We
they
might have trouble.
Why would they barricade the door?
How could they barricade the door if they're tied up and gagged? That's my
Well,
concern
They
with that.
probably got, untied up and gagged then.
All right.
Ruzit kind of backs
find-
off for a moment. Wait, locks the door again, and then backs off for a moment, opens the hatch and says, "Hey guys, I think we have a problem down here. We might want to, be ready for something."
Problem?
Yeah, like the door when we unlocked it, it wouldn't budge, which probably doesn't mean that something good is going on in there.
Can we get another hand or 2 below decks?
Well, hold on. Did you try to open the door, or did you just like
Yes.
knock on it?
We
We
tried to
unlocked
open it.
the door
And
and then tried to open it, and
it's
it didn't
stuck
open.
somehow, and she shouldn't be unless she's sitting in front of it and blocking it with her own body.
Did you look under the slip under it? You see it like if she's just standing in front of it? She might be waiting for us all to open it, and we'll just fall over and she'll run.
What?
All right. Bryn tries to peek under the door.
Just Bryn peeks under the door, you hear a voice. Hey, let me out of here! You guys locked up the wrong person. And the door opens.
And the door opens and
You see Tati there.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not falling for this gag.
Okay. I say out loud. Okay. No, I'm gonna save that joke for later.
So I just
oh,
want to I want to pause time for a moment.
Okay.
Sure.
Eric, is there some like we haven't established where Tati is at the beginning of this session? Have any of us seen her on top of deck?
She's on top of deck. However, you don't see what's going on downstairs.
Okay.
Ruzid, I think
Gotcha.
Ruzid is smart enough not to fall
Alright.
for this
Yeah.
one.
So
Placing.
Ruzid and Bryn.
He has
Ruzid
60
and Bryn
intelligence.
obviously know that Tati was just above decks, and so I'm gonna say with mock surprise, feigned genuineness, Tati, what are you doing down here?
I was locked down here. You guys let the witch go upstairs.
Ruzid, does that seem? Did we accidentally lock up Tati?
I guess we must have. Oh, no.
I cast detect bullshit and I wave my hands and use prestidigitation to make a buzzer noise. Dragon's claw and kraken's tooth. Does this asshole speak the truth? Okay, yeah, no. Well, we're not falling for this.
At which point, you've heard all this, Coin, and Tati's heard this as well. I need intelligence checks from the 2 guys down below,
All right.
and I need insight checks, not intelligence.
Insight?
Sorry,
Oh.
insight.
Coming right up.
Yeah, insight, please. All right. Yeah, this individual, Ruzid, Bryn might have a slight doubt on it, but Ruzid, yeah, this is absolutely BS.
All right. Yeah, I take out my magic wand and I say, all right, back in the cell. Let's go.
She smiles at you, had to try, and she turns and saunters away from you in such the way that only Tati should be able to do. And just before the door closes, she casts a spell. And I need to find out if you guys have more than a combined...
Yeah, you can cast sleep. Here
Uh,
it comes.
All right.
Do you guys have more than a combined 18 hit points?
what would happen is he would fall asleep because he's less hit points than me. But,
I'm immune to magic putting me to sleep, and that's something I forgot last episode.
Would the sleep spell spend the hit points on him before it spends it on me because he has less hit points?
Because he's immune.
Oh, okay.
So how many hit points do you have?
I have 17.
Alright, so Ruzin falls unconscious. And she's like, well, that worked. And she steps forward and smiles at you now. Where were we?
Well, isn't Bryn right here next to me? Like, can't they just shake me awake?
Yeah?
Alright. So are we rolling for initiative at this point, or is it?
Yeah, let's roll for initiative just to. Let's
right.
go ahead and roll for initiative just to see, because I've got Ruzin unconscious.
Who goes first? We tied.
Well, you're unconscious, so Bryn gets to go first.
Alright. I'm gonna yell, prisoner loose! All hands below decks! And then, I would like to use my action to try and shake Ruzin awake.
Okay, Ruzin, you wake up.
Oh, you are very foolish.
And then Ruzin clocks him.
Okay, clocks him.
Clocks her.
Okay. And you hit her for 6 bludgeoning damage, and you watch as Tati bleeds from the lip.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to grapple them.
Okay. She has her hands pinned to her side and looks at you, but I haven't done anything.
Huh? Like when I fell asleep just 6 seconds ago, and then Bryn had to wake me up, and I saw you casting a spell right before I fell asleep.
And your grapple attempt, by the way, you had to beat a 6.
And I'm trying to. Ruzin is actively trying to cover their mouth while they're grappling them.
Cool. She wriggles and writhes trying to escape, and she's going to try to escape from you. I need you to beat a 2.
I think I can't fail that.
Got a +7. Alright. So, we're back up to Bryn. There's a tussle going on downstairs. Currently, Ruzin and Tati are fighting.
Alright. This is a... Okay. No. There's no way. Okay, this is... Tati. So I haven't known Tati very long. Tati didn't try and put anybody to sleep during the fight, so I'm 99% sure that Tati is not capable of sleep magic. Okay. I'm gonna call back upstairs just to make 100% sure. Hey Tati, can you come down here for a second?
Already here.
Coin, is Tati up there with you?
Coin will confer back to Tati on what he hears Bryn ask.
Tati, you are up on deck right now.
You hear Coin say, Bryn's calling you down there. I think I don't know why, I think they opened the door.
Okay. A little bit of metagaming. I was suspicious because Ray hasn't said anything. So I was wondering if there was maybe a little pre-session chat between the GM and one of our players, but I'm
What do you mean?
All right.
I would never do that.
All right.
Well, Ruz is gonna knock them out anyways at this point because Ruz is
yeah.
convinced
All
they're
right.
not to be.
Ruzid, Fezzik tear his arms off.
Ruz punches him again.
Do you want? I'll say. Yeah, I say to the witch. All right. Are you gonna play nice now, or is Ruzid gonna punch you again?
And she will shapeshift back into her own self as she drops concentration on her spell. Of course.
All right. So, look, we're not friends, and we're probably never going to be friends.
No, of course,
But-
never. Never.
But I don't want to just kill you Because that seems like the kind of thing you would do. And
It
frankly,
would.
I don't want to be very much like you.
Oh,
No,
You will if you're
You don't
alive,
want
though, if
the
you give
warts?
us useful information.
Kiss me, I'll give you some warts.
Alright, so here's the deal. Look, what do you want? Do you want us to... We're heading to land, not going to say where, but would you like us... Your friend with the hat, he just jumped over the side. Would you like...
He's no friend, he's just the guy who stole the ship.
Okay, so I'm guessing that means you also... Because if you wanted to go free, we could put you over the side too, but I'm guessing you might not want that.
I'd rather not.
Okay, that's fair. So in that case...
Coin's gonna open the hatch and say, "Hey, ask her if she has a bounty on her head."
Do you have a bounty on your head?
Oh, I'm not famous.
Yeah, you kind of don't seem like much of a success.
Okay,
You're the
okay.
ones with bounties on your heads.
We're...
Guess because we're successful.
She shrugs.
All right, that's
or
enough.
your great patsies for the real shtick.
Alright. That's enough. Listen, okay, so... Do you have a name? What can we call you?
My name is Pitney.
Alright. Alright, Pitney.
Pitney Bones.
Alright, Pitney. So here's the deal. We're not interested in executing you or trying to sell you into slavery. So at some point, we're gonna let you go, as long as you don't make a fuss like that. If you try and put one of us to sleep again, I can't guarantee your safety. You understand?
I can definitely not guarantee your safety, actually.
Fine. Where are you gonna let me go?
We're not sure yet because, well, I'm not the one driving the boat, and the person upstairs who's driving the boat will decide where we end up. But
Do you know what the hell you were doing before we captured this boat?
I do.
Would you like to tell us?
I'd rather not.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like you're in the position to negotiate here.
But you've already given me what I want. I'm going to go free at the next spot where you guys reach land.
We haven't made an agreement on that yet.
Fine. If you'll let me go free the next time we reach land, I'll tell you the whole plan.
Okay. I want to
And
hear it
you're
then.
going to let me go free unharmed.
I won't harm you if you actually give us useful information.
I will give you very useful information, but you're going to have to promise me that no one in your crew of people will harm me, and you'll let me go free on land.
we can promise to let you go free on land, assuming you also don't try and do anything to harm us, or that you also don't try and contact one of your pals to get you out of here. I can't promise... I'll say I have no intention to harm you, and that's the honest truth. I can promise that you'll be let go unmaimed and not permanently disfigured.
Fair enough
But-
for me. Very well. I'll tell you everything. And she says, "We got a deal." So, she sits down in the little cargo hold there. So, the whole plan consisted of me hiring a ship to deliver my product to Nausha in a clandestine manner. And sell the goods and then get rid of the crew in order to keep the coin for myself. However, we needed to distract the people of Nausha, so we arrived a day early and found some people who were wandering around looking like tourists, namely you guys, placed a bounty on your head stating that you had stolen something from the Stormarm estate, got you guys arrested, and during that whole thing, we unloaded the cargo from the ship, and we're about to leave when you arrived.
Interesting. You know, I kind of assumed you were just gonna spin us some completely BS yarn about how you were doing something completely unrelated. I didn't expect you to confess that you were the ones who put the bounty on our heads. That's actual honesty from you, and I can respect that.
You know,
I
I
have a
can't help
deal.
but agree with you, Bryn.
We have a deal. I'm safe.
We're just gonna take her word for this.
All right. Actually, I am, because I've read enough stories about making deals with witches to know that it's. I don't want to go back on this. So yeah. Well, I guess I can't really hold it against you. You did put bounties on us and put us in jail, but we did kind of take your ship. So I'm willing to pretty much call it even at this point. And,
What's the product?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Oh,
good
what's the
question.
product?
What were you carrying?
We carried 1,500 pounds of sood.
Dude.
Have either of us heard of Stoob before?
Like a letter, right?
Not Suede.
I wonder, can I check to find out if Ruth had heard of Suit at all?
Right.
Okay, roll history checks, you guys. Let's see
All right.
if you two have heard of Sood. Rizit absolutely is not. Congratulations. Bryn, however, would have heard of Sood.
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell. Huh.
In fact, Bryn knows all about Sood. That's interesting. Whether
Yeah.
he's participated in Sood or not, Sood is a narcotic that modifies spellcasting. It has
yeah.
a variety, a large number of various varieties, and if you do the calculations based off of what she was bringing in the raw form, not the refined that you would be smoking, but the raw form of the fungus.
Yeah.
Other
so
question.
This is probably So, Ruzid, yeah, no, I've heard of that. That's some of the preppy kids back at school used to do that to give them an advantage on their tests. It's strong stuff.
Would you like
don't
some?
mess with it. Do you? That's interesting. Do you have some?
I do.
Why we?
Oh.
Well, like,
Ruth is just confused.
Yeah.
And he is like, you go first.
Are you offering it to me?
I will trade it for freedom on board the ship.
I don't think it would be fair to me to make that promise on behalf of everybody else. I'll think about it. Ruzid, would you mind keeping an eye on the prisoner? I'll go talk to the rest of the crew.
And she sits down, being quite cooperative.
I actually have one more question for you.
Yes?
How did you get the boat originally? That hat guy. Who did he steal this boat from?
Oh, he stole it from some guy down at Inland Point. They weren't the wiser. We threw their food overboard. It floated in the bay, and as they were trying to recover it, we took the ship and took it to my house.
Interesting. So a couple questions there. Where is your house? You don't have to
That I
go into
won't tell
details.
you.
Obviously, I don't want to follow you home anywhere, but I'm curious. Is your house under the sea somewhere?
I won't answer that one. Nope.
That is reasonable.
Can't make
Okay.
me.
So what was the name of the? I'm sorry. Can you say again where you got this ship? Bryn's
Inland Point.
pulled out his journal and he's taking notes now.
Edlin Point, huh?
Inland Point. Yes.
All right. So I'll head back upstairs and I'll say
Okay.
all right. Ruzid, shout if you need anything. But then now that I think about it, if maybe she can't put me to sleep, but she could put you to sleep. Why don't you head upstairs and talk to the rest of the crew, and
You
I'll
know,
stay
that's
down here.
very smart of you.
Yeah, I'll stay down here, and I sit down outside the cell, kind of up against the.
So you want me to loop the rest of the crew in?
Yeah, go ahead and share everything we learned. Say her name is Pitney Bones, and she's cooperating. For now, we've agreed to let her go as soon as we reach land, and frankly, I'm okay with that.
Ruzik kind of climbs up to the top of the deck and kind of starts talking to all the other crew members about the witch and the information we got.
I don't really care what we do with her, frankly. As long as she doesn't, like, punch a hole in the ship from there. So,
Meanwhile,
are we just gonna
while
leave her in there, then?
upstairs, she pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking.
So, we're just gonna leave her in there till we get to shore? Is that, we worked it out, she's not gonna try and, like, break out?
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, they offered this thing called Sood to Bryn. They
Dude,
said
like
that
the leather?
No, I don't know what it is. I think it's like some sort of drug. They said they give it to him
Oh.
in exchange for being able to walk around on the deck before they're let free.
You didn't take it, right?
No, we didn't take the deal. Bryn said he wouldn't want to do it without getting the consent of the rest of the crew.
To just let her walk around? I don't really care about the drug deal, but you remember the reason we're on this ship is because her and her crew just knocked us out, right? I mean, I guess we tried to take her ship, but
Just letting you know what Bryn was trying
has
to
it?
do. Not saying to approve
It's
of
been
it.
conveyed to Coin that she set up the bounty, right? Or has that not been said?
That's all the stuff that you heard about
All right.
that has been conveyed.
Like, we're here because she knocked us out. Well, we did attack her, but she did set up the bounty, so... You know, I still feel like... This is, like, I don't feel like she should be walking around. How did she even find us? Did she just pick us off the street? Who does that?
I think that's literally what they did.
That's... Huh.
It has a weird way of working sometimes, Coin.
I don't know how to wrap my head around that one.
Sometimes you just get screwed. I mean, happened to me before I got captured, after now. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
have
say,
to say that thank you, just out of character. Thank you that you're not able to wrap your head around that. That means you're a good person.
yeah. Going to just be like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the letting her walk around the ship idea. Let's just
Things
maybe
have
we
been
could just
kind
make
of-
it ashore. I don't
Things
care
have
what we
been
do
kind
with
of
her after that.
Things have kind of been like a wreck lately, you know.
Yeah.
Tati?
Some kind of wreck. I don't know what kind, but
Yes, exactly.
Tati, Crystal, and
Wish there was a word
Spider?
for that.
What are you guys thinking about during this? Y'all been kind of quiet. What are you guys thinking?
Well, Crystal was standing behind Saphira, totally backseat driving.
Okay, got it.
And then you
Yeah.
said the drug, and then she started listening, and she like walked over to you guys.
like it didn't seem like Bryn needed an enhancer. It doesn't seem like
I don't know what they want. I mean, they want it, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe you could ask him.
Okay, did anything
Has it been conveyed that Ruza got knocked out, or has it not been? Has that just not come up?
That is
It has
come out.
not come up yet.
all right.
Why would that come
So is Bryn still down there? He's like talking with her?
I mean, I guess I can assume so.
I mean, Ruzik kind of takes it, like, gingerly opens the hatch to see if any like shenanigans have gone down while they were talking.
The very
good.
distinct smell of nicotine smoke comes wafting out.
Well, it sounds like
Very
they're smoking
dense.
something down, or smells like they're smoking something down there.
Maybe we should invite her up.
You're gonna have to get everyone to sign that petition first.
It's
So,
smoking in a closed
Pitney,
area is
this
like a bit
drug you're
heavy-weighted
offering
stuff
to trade for your freedom of movement aboard the ship. I've heard this drug can do a lot of different things. What variant is this one specifically?
But only the black stars shine in the day, little man.
Okay, she's definitely tripping out on something right now. Okay, never mind. I think we know what it does now.
Okay. Yeah, Coin's going to put two and two together here. I assume he smells the nicotine because Ruza did from opening the hatch, and he's gonna say like to Ruza, probably not to Bryn down there. He's like,
You said she had like a drug, right? I smell like a cigarette. Do you know if it's like a smokable drug?
Ruza doesn't know.
I have no
knows.
idea what the fuck it is. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Coin's gonna pop his head into the hatch and look at Bryn. He's gonna say,
Hey, that door is locked, right?
No, it's open. You can
It's
see
not
right
locked
through
and it's open. I just shrug and I say, I think she's stoned. We'll be fine for a while.
Coin nods his
Oh.
head. And he's like, stoned on. What do you think she might have put in her body?
Well, she's got some kind of drug on her. It has a lot of different variants.
Oh,
But,
what does the drug do? I'm curious.
Well, I asked her, and she told me that only the black stars shine during the day, little man. That's not something you say unless you're stoned out of your mind.
That's pretty cryptic.
She
Do I know
smiled
what-
and
Bruce
goes,
told me that you
"No,
wanted to,
it's
let her-
not cryptic at all.
Do I know what this drug is since I've like maybe smoked it at parties?
I doubt you smoked it at parties, but let's roll a D100, and anything over is 63.
Okay.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah, it's just a higher chance than a third. So slash roll
Yeah.
1D100. No, that's a history. That's history for Britain still. So slash roll space 1D100. Okay, so.
Nice.
Yeah, you are very familiar with these drugs. There are a wide number of them. They are colored in different colors. And the black one has little rainbow sparkles in it and is typically known as Black Star Sood.
Oh.
And is by far the most potent and the most unpredictable of them.
So I'm functioning under the impression right now Coin has not been told what the drug does. So he's just going to say,
Not at all.
hey, Bryn, do the ship a favor. Just lock the door. Huh?
All right.
Yeah, that's the information that Crystal has. Bryn doesn't have that because Bryn never would have partaken with the drug.
So Bryn, Bryn just
Bryn's
closes.
assumption of her being high is she's smoking nicotine, but she's talking crazy.
Yeah.
Crystal's like, oh yeah, I understand what ecstasy is.
Yeah. So Bryn closes the door, but doesn't lock it, and then I use prestidigitation to make the air outside the cell where I am smell something pleasant, like
that
like
will
flowers.
cover 1 cubic foot per minute, or per 6 seconds. Sorry. So it's going to take you at, I think we've got that at, what do we got here? Ship size, that room you're in is 5 by 7, so 35 by 2, 70 square feet.
All right.
So it's going to take you, or 70 cubic feet.
Coin
Okay.
seeing Bryn close the door, not really knowing Bryn well enough to ascertain like if he would avoid lock. He's just gonna assume like, all right, he's locking it, and he'll pop his head back out and crack the hatch again.
Coin, I have the key. So, like,
You have the key?
yeah, they didn't lock it.
Okay. Coin puts his hand out, and he's like, okay, I
Ruzi gives
think
the
Bryn
keys
needs
back.
those. Does Ruzi
Crystal-
hand him over?
Crystal's
Yeah.
gonna shove
Reason
Coin
answer.
aside at the
Are you're gonna
door.
you're gonna shove Coin aside? Okay,
I'm-
Coin gets shoved.
And she's gonna yell down to Bryn and say, "Hey, that stuff that she's messing with, it's really powerful. Like you probably shouldn't be near her while she's smoking that. Like it's a bad idea. Make sure she's locked."
All right.
Coin's
Fair enough.
actually,
Yeah.
having been handed these keys, he's going to drop down the hatch. And he's going to walk up to Bryn. He's going to be like, hey, buddy, I think you forgot something.
Yeah. I'm holding my magic wand like under my nose, spraying out pleasant scents in my face to drown out the nicotine. I
Coin's just
say,
gonna-
yeah, all right, yeah, go ahead, lock up. I need some fresh air anyway.
You didn't. He's going to look you in the eyes and be like, you didn't smoke that with her, did you?
Oh God, no. I wanted
Yeah,
to find
you
out what it was, but I'm not. Yeah, she wouldn't tell me what it was.
Coin
But
walks
Crystal-
over to the
Crystal
door
seems
and
to know.
just starts locking it. And he's like, all right, man, you're just acting a little weird, is all. I'm glad
He
that
shrugs.
smell's gone, though.
She shrugs. Suit yourself. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't wear suits.
That much is obvious.
Yeah.
And you close the door.
And he locks
Alright.
it.
Cool. She will continue to smoke in her cell.
So Coin's going to turn around, but he's going to like take one step and actually think about it while he's twirling the keys. And he's like, "Hey, while I'm down here, so looking actually first, what do I see on the keychain? Is it one key? Is it like 5?
On the keychain, if we go to the inside of the ship, there is a key for each of the 6 doors down here. and there is a 7th key that fits the hatch up above.
All right, I will note. I don't think my token's here. I don't see anything.
Oh, sorry, coins down there. Coins go up on the ship.
Okay, in that case, Coin's just going to stop for a moment looking at the keys. He won't say anything, but he'll look at the doors that I presume he sees right now. Are the doors open, or is that just
The doors are all open except for this one.
Okay. Then, yeah, Coin will just lock that door and start walking away.
Okay.
But he'll take a moment instead of going straight to the ladder. He'll look at each door, peek in,
Okay.
just doing head math.
Yep. They cleared out the place very effectively.
All right. While this is happening, Bryn's going to go back up the ladder onto the above deck.
Cool. So as you guys go back up above deck, clearing the cargo hold would have taken you guys 145 hours of prestidigitation, clean out of the nicotine smell.
Interesting.
That's math.
So is the hat guy thief?
Or 145
is
minutes. Sorry.
The witch leaf.
The witch?
The witch claims to be Pitney Bones.
People have
All right.
multiple names.
So,
sometimes.
Saphira, what's our status? Can we see land in the distance? How long is it? Hasn't been that long, maybe half an hour tops.
Yeah, it hasn't even been an hour, right?
It's been an hour
All right.
So,
since Saphira turned the ship south.
Saphira, how is the seafaring going?
It feels like being home. The open waves, the sun beating down on us.
Coin will yell out
As
from the
all
hatch.
is meant to be.
Coin will yell out from the hatch. He's like, "We're still like at least 5 hours from anything."
Honestly,
That
it's
too.
like
You
I'm
guys
ready
know
to take a nap or something.
Let's get a perception check from you guys.
All right.
Awesome. Saphira's busy sunbathing while
Negative.
You got that highway hypnosis.
They go cross-eyed, negative in perception.
Fortunately, we have one ship-faring person who has a decent perception. Let me send a note to Crystal and Mr. Coin. Mr. Coin, I'm going to say that you're very busy administering the ship to have noticed this.
Well, yeah, if it's something
with
about the
this.
land, he's still under.
It's
So it
not
de-
about land. Yeah, if you're down below, then yeah, there's no way you do see this.
He poked his head out to yell that about the 5 hours. Other than that, he's still kind of looking around now. So it's up to your discretion if it's something he would have picked up on.
No. You're
Alright,
going
that's
to
fine.
be down below decks and would not have seen this.
Sure. Now I will say, because I don't know what it's about, but earlier Coin went up to Saphira and explained, like, all right, keep the sun on that side of the ship. Once it starts moving, adjust for it and stay in that direction. Just gave Saphira something to work off to keep course.
Okay.
I don't know if it's relevant. I just wanted to.
All right. I've got
double-check.
some questions for the rest of the crew. Firstly, regarding our friend downstairs, I genuinely think that we have succeeded in making peace with Pitney. We promised her that if she didn't do anything to harm us and told us what was going on, she could go free once we made landfall. And she seems to be sticking to that. And she revealed to us that she was the one who set up the bounty on us. And she didn't have to do that. So that makes me think she's playing it straight. And so for that reason, I think we should consider her offer where she'll trade us the drug in exchange for free movement about the ship. Crystal, what can you tell us about that
Wait.
drug? Is it something?
Wait. She offered you a drug and you didn't just take it? She gave
Well, it would have been
she
in
didn't even make
exchange
it.
for.
She didn't charge you? And
Well-
you didn't just take it?
The price was going to be we have to let her walk around on the ship, and I wanted to ask you guys before I just set her loose, considering that she did knock us out and try and sell us into slavery. But that aside, which is not something I say every day,
She just knocked us out and tried to sell us for slave labor.
It's water under the bridge. It's water under the bridge. But a lot of water, but still
We're
water.
gonna be water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
But anyway, so Crystal. What can you tell us about this drug? Is it worth having in case of an emergency? If its effects are powerful and unpredictable, maybe if we had something like that last time we got in a fight, maybe we wouldn't have gotten into a jam in the first place.
I mean, I've always lived by that if she doesn't share what she's smoking with you, like right then, she's not your friend. I mean, I wouldn't trust her.
All right. Well,
I think we've already established they're not our friend.
I'm saying, why can't we make friends with her? It sounds like she was engaged in a business venture, not maybe a shady business venture, but I think she delivered the drug she was trying to deliver. So the fact that she knocked us out and captured us, and we're still letting her go, is a pretty good deal for her. Here's all right. I'll say it. Here's what I want. I want that drug. Do I have your permission to take the drug in exchange for letting her out? Because I think it's safe, but if you guys overrule me on this, we'll take a vote.
Coin on the tail end of this is going to come up from the hatch and close it behind him. He does have the keys, he's just pocketed them to his side.
Okay.
And he'll walk up to this, he'll just be like, so, what are we talking about?
To be honest, I think if they try anything funny while they're on deck, the 6 of us are gonna take her out in an instant.
We're not talking about letting her out, are we?
That's all right. Coin. Here's the deal. You guys can overrule me on this, but she offered me that drug in exchange for her freedom on the ship. I think she's playing it straight with us, and I want to take her up on the deal because last time we got in a jam and we couldn't get out, and I think that's a powerful magical stimulant would be something useful to have in an emergency, and so
right.
I want to take the deal.
So, counterpoint, we open that door, let her out. She puts us all to sleep, throws us over the edge, and sails to safety.
She was only able to put one of us to sleep when she tried to sleep 2 of us, so I doubt that will happen.
I don't think her...
5 of us get thrown off, and 1 of us fights her for the ship. And then you can pull us out of the water.
I don't think she's that powerful. I don't think... I've seen her cast... I saw her put Rusa to sleep, and I don't think her sleep magic is substantially more powerful than mine. And I could knock out 1, maybe 2 of us if I wanted. I don't think she can take all 6 of us. Besides, she already burned all of her magic trying to put Rusa to sleep. If her magic is anything like mine, she's not going to be able to do that again.
Bryn, is she currently smoking that powerful magical stimulant?
Yes.
She's currently smoking you said powerful stimulant. Is that... Sorry, my ears are a little waxed up. What was that?
I mean, I told you if she didn't share it with you, you're not friends.
I'm not saying we have to be friends. I'm just saying...
Coin, hearing that she smoked that, he's going to turn back to Ruse and he said, you said she could only put 1 of you to sleep, right? That was before she smoked the stimulant. I just want to be sure. All right.
I mean, what? She put 2 of us to sleep, then you just shake us awake.
She can never put me to sleep.
That actually is true. It's a good point.
Yeah.
So then, none of us gonna sleep then? How do we rest on the ship?
Well, I'm saying no, we can sleep.
I don't think we're going to have an issue with that.
Crystal, I think you're missing the point here.
Alright, here's the deal. I am going downstairs, and I'm going to take her up on the deal unless somebody tells me to stop. Is somebody telling me to stop?
I'll tell you to stop.
Damn it.
She deals drugs. She tried to sell us into slave labor. She was a part of stealing this ship.
I mean, I was like 6 seconds away from killing her back there.
Bryn, if you want the drug, why don't you just make a different deal with her?
That's a good question. I head back down the ladder. Alright. You guys win.
Somebody
I
have
won't
a
let her
T-bone to throw her? I feel like this isn't a fair trade.
The hatch is currently locked, though, so you can't get down the hatch at the moment.
Alright.
Coin will look
Are you
at
gonna unlock it?
Coin has the keys, so he'll see you trying to open it, and he'll be like, "You're gonna renegotiate, right?" You're not just gonna
I,
let her out.
I promise, on my honor, I'm not just gonna let her out in exchange for drugs. You're making me sound out like I'm some kind of druggie. I've never done this before. I just don't want to get tied up and thrown in a hole again.
Coin's gonna take a really slow blink, and he's like,
I mean,
"I'm
we're
gonna
kind
go
of
down
used
there
to
with
it.
you."
I'm
fine.
starting to not feel that bad about getting tied up and thrown in the holes at this rate.
You can, by all means, come down with me.
Coin will walk up to you
Dying
and drop
here,
the keys in
guys.
your hand, but he'll just sort of stand there like, "Let's see how this goes."
All right, yeah. Bryn unlocks the hatch and opens
Wait.
it and climbs down the ladder.
Just to
Coin
be
follows.
clear, are you guys going up and down the left or the right side?
I assume the left, but
In my head, I was thinking the left as well for no particular reason.
I was also
Okay.
thinking the left. We all think
That's
the same
fine.
way.
I just wanted to sit on the other one.
well, that's
Okay.
that's where we went up. So
All right, so Tachi's sitting on the right-hand hatch. Got it. Okay. so
Coin
guys
gives you
go
a
down-
thumbs up as he goes down, Tati.
All right. So as you guys go back down the deck.
All right.
All right, here we go again.
Round
All
2.
right. Yeah, so I'm gonna knock on the door and I'm gonna say, Pitney, you in there?
Who's there?
So here's the deal. Unfortunately, the
Just
rest
open
of
the
the
door and let's chat.
I promised I wouldn't do that. Unfortunately, the rest of the crew doesn't have the same welcoming, trustworthy nature that I do. So
That's a shame.
yeah. Is there anything else we might be able to offer you in exchange for what's left of your supply?
I'm willing to listen. And what do you mean left of my supply? I haven't smoked any of it.
Well, earlier you offered some of your drug in exchange for freedom on board the ship.
Yes.
I regret that my proposal to let you have freedom on the ship has been voted down. Is there anything else we might be able to offer you?
What do you have?
Coin's gonna walk forward and he'll say, "We might be able to find some crayons or something. We could throw them
I
in
can
there
give you
with
another coin. You like coins, right?
Well, Ruzid, maybe you should just.
Green test! Green test! Roll it, Eric!
Not the green,
No!
Yeah, let's see if it works twice.
not that green even person. She knows what she's got. She's not going to trade that for a coin.
No!
All right. Well,
you gotta remember, a coin is what got her in there, so I don't think she's going.
Yeah.
She's gonna accept it.
Agreed. Well, you went through all our you went through and you got all our gear when we were tied up. Is there anything of mine? I've got a couple gold pieces on me. It's not much,
Not
but
enough, little man.
Why are you guys
Not
trying
enough.
to pay her off?
I mean, it worked last time. That's how we got out, right?
You can't afford
I don't think it works both ways,
this
Rizit.
product.
Ruzid,
know.
looks at you and just shrugs. He's
You're
like,
you're just doing a drug deal at this point. You're not even negotiating.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what the drug
That's
is.
exactly
I'm just trying to
what
get
we're
the damn
doing.
deal through because
So
Bryn
how-
keeps talking
Bryn, I
about
have an
it.
idea. Don't buy drugs from a witch that tried to knock us out and sell us into slave labor. That's my advice to you.
I want to be mad, but it's good advice, and I can't be mad.
I mean, I'm just disappointed I didn't get to tear her throat out or something.
That part we've already got established as part of the deal. That's
Did I say I was going to do that?
Mm-hmm. You want to
I said disappointment. Disappointment.
enjoy the disappointment.
I will.
Coin's gonna say, "Hey, are you a little famished in there? You've been trying to eat.
No,
What would your
I'm trying-
opinion be on a decent meal?
Oh,
Wait, I don't
I'm
have
trying to snack.
food. Where's the food?
Wait, you have food in there too?
No, there's.
Of
What
course I
the
do.
fuck?
What? You thought that people would go on board a ship without having a way to make food and water?
Okay,
What
then
do you
how are
take
you
us
handling
for?
the food situation before we capture the ship? Because there's no stockpile in the ship at all.
Rusid, I
We
just wanna
did
say,
choose the right people. Rank amateurs who know nothing of magic.
Ruzit, I just want to say you did not do a good job of checking her person when we knocked her out.
Ruzit like thinks about it for a
Just something
second,
to think about.
and then he just like leaves quietly.
You
All right,
guys
well-
can smell peanut butter through the door.
That smells.
I didn't
really
even
good.
know.
And then as he's climbing up, he says,
Make sure to get me some peanut butter when you're done.
I didn't even know I could smell peanut butter. I thought it was just like a taste.
All
Coin's
right,
going
well,
to be thinking for a moment on what kind of a negotiation could be made with her.
Okay, you're free.
just a heads up. I'm saying this quietly in a whisper to Coin. I think whatever negotiation we make with her is binding, and not just like on our word. I think it's like magically binding, and that's why I think it's safe to let her out. But I also think we should be careful about promising future favors in exchange for food or magical stimulants.
Or we could not make a binding deal with her at all, and we could go upstairs and then throw her off when we hit land.
Yes, we could do that, and I can tell from your tone of voice that that's what you want to do. And alright, fine. I see I'm not winning this battle. I knock on the door again and I say, Pitney, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to get to my crewmates on this one, so you can keep your stuff and we'll put you aboard, we'll put you ashore once we make landfall.
Alright, if you guys change your mind, let me know. This is so scrumptious.
Alright, I go upstairs before I do something stupid to get the peanut butter, because I'm starting to get hungry.
Coin will say as we're walking out, he's like, listen, I'm a fan. I know a thing or two about making deals. I just generally tend to stay over the table. And buying drugs from a witch is a little under the table.
Well, I hear ya, but I'd say better under the table than under the deck tied up about to get sold into slavery. And we came very close to that.
The good news is we're not selling her into slavery, so there's no stress off my back. No guilt over here.
Alright.
Meanwhile,
can-
Crystal is looking off to the starboard side of the ship and
Coin will-
notices something.
Last thing Coin says to Bryn is like, if you can convince her to like take a T-bone or a fish or something, you can get those drugs. I really don't care. I just don't want her walking around.
If she wouldn't take, I can't look through my money bag. If she wouldn't take 13, 14, 15 gold pieces, I don't think she'll take a T-bone or a fish.
You're probably
Hey.
right.
Hey, you guys see boats over there?
Oh, boats? Where, do we see boats?
Do
To the,
you see
to the
boats?
north
Yes.
or the
Do
the
we
east
see
or
boats?
whatever, that side, the right side, this right here.
Yeah, you guys see boats.
Alright.
Yeah, Starburst.
Betwixt these,
Oh. Uh-oh. Coin walks up to the edge of the ship.
you see people fishing.
Coin turns to Bryn and he's like, how about like 20 fish? You think she'd take that?
No, I don't, but I might. Let's see. Well, for a second, I stepped towards the edge of the boat, and I think I'm going to hail them and ask for fish, but then I remember we're in a stolen boat, and we probably shouldn't do that. Keep our heads down.
Coin's gonna survey them and try to get a feel of who they are. Do they seem like they're armed? Do they just seem like they're out here doing work? What's the vibe on these ships?
Roll an insight check on ships that are less than 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. With a 6, they could be absolutely the worst pirates in the entire world. You have no clue.
Like terrible pirates because their tiny boats wouldn't be able to take over any ship.
No, like terrible, like I don't know.
Just truly
with
fearsome.
with truly fearsome, yes, paranoid at the moment.
The coin is going to
Pirates who don't do
see.
anything.
Coin
Yes.
thinks to himself for a moment, and he starts reaching to where a piece of paper should be, and he's like, "Oh, my map! Someone paper! Someone give me paper!" And he starts looking around. He's like, "Oh my! Somebody! Does anybody have paper?" And he's looking at everybody.
I will look for
We're still doing insight checks on these boats.
Okay, sure. Roll an insight check, please. Crystal, these are fishermen. You've seen fishermen before. They have nets. They're pulling fish out of the ocean and putting them on their boats.
Coin looks increasingly stressed about not being able to write something down, and he's
They
just
are
looking
being-
all over the deck.
Can I see, like, what kind of people
out
they are?
of the book and hand it to Coin.
A book?
These are all humans. These are 8 human men that look like they're well tanned. They're wearing simple vests and loose pants. They are barefoot in their boats. They do have long knives on their sides, but those could be as much for defense as they could be for utility.
So a book was handed to Coin by Tati. Was
Yeah,
anything?
you could have the whole book if you want. I was just gonna rip like the back pages out and hand them.
He's just looking for paper. Do you have a pen or anything as well?
A pen too. Like,
Tati, I can't. What do I do with this? Like,
you asked for paper.
Okay, pen. Does anybody have a pen?
And he
Okay,
continues stressingly walking around it.
I
I
have
actually
Like, stop the
There
ship.
you
Just
go.
put the
Have a
anchor
pen.
down.
I find the pen and hand it to you also. You're good.
Ruzi
You
grabs
stop
Coin
the
by his like overalls and he says, stopping him from walking around, says, "What the fuck are you all worked up about?"
It's like, he's like, wait.
And he runs over to the side. Or no, you have him held, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to say,
Like, we could sell this spot.
So what?
They fish here. There's a lot of fish here, right? So if I put it on a map, we're gonna pass it. Put me down.
You're gonna sell to who?
It's Lucid, information is money, right? There are a lot of fishermen out there. They go out to the same spot every day. They don't catch nothing. Think
So,
if they
so
knew
you-
where this
this
spot
is
was.
like a secret spot or something?
Well, I didn't count. There's probably about 16 of them fishing right now, so there might be something.
Coin, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm losing intelligence listening to this.
All right, Ruzid, and that's why I'm the navigator and you're the cobalt. Can you put me down now?
Ruzid lets go and just shakes his head. Just like,
Coin runs over here, and he can be seen scribbling on it, taking notes,
Okay.
trying to. It's a very limited knowledge here, trying to ascertain where he is relative to the shore, and mark on this piece of
Considering you
paper.
can't see any shore at the moment. Yeah. Okay.
No, but he can sort of estimate, like, all right, we're
Sure.
north of the mainland, somewhere.
Figuring out where the fuck we are exactly.
He's just putting, like, it's very crude.
He's just like, there's a fishing. People fish here, probably.
people fish here, probably.
So your map currently consists of a large ocean and the words "people fish here probably."
And the main, we know because you know land is below us.
Yeah, it's north of the land. Got it.
But we're gonna keep sailing, so he's gonna keep looking
Yes.
for something.
I understand.
But at the moment, you're correct. That is what it says.
Okay. I'm sure that
Also,
the
like-
map will be developed as we go along, but at
Coin,
the
like,
moment, this
walks
is
up
the
on the
worst
staircase to
fishing
look
map
at the map.
ever.
It's also
So
on
here's the
back
best
of,
part.
like,
Coin
the
is gonna write this,
history page.
and after he finishes it, he's gonna look up and he's like, "I should probably see if they've caught anything." And he's gonna look up and see if they've caught anything.
Please roll a
And I'll-
perception check. Yes, sir. Yes, Saphira.
I was gonna shout, "Oi! How are the fish biting?"
They turn around. Well, they're not biting. We're using nets.
How are the
And they
fish
go back
biting?
Coin laughs at that,
All right.
like
well,
under his breath. He's like,
yeah. As long as we're As long as we've sort of drawn attention to ourselves, I'm gonna
I guess you kind of
Sorry.
need an ego boost after what I just did.
I'm gonna ask as well. How we're low on water? How far off land?
Well, the Green Hut Island is over that way, about 7 miles.
Coin marks it on his map, crudely.
Captain,
Yes.
do you think we should go that way?
No, I think we should just keep going 5 hours to what might be land.
I think.
But
yeah,
there's no
I think,
fresh water there except for what they get from the stills. So, gotta be careful. They trade for it, so if you don't have anything to trade, you're not gonna do well over there.
With a
What do
17.
you guys have on board that big of a ship? Maybe we'll trade some fish for what you've got.
We're low on supplies right now. We're kind of fucked.
The guys all bust out laughing. You got nothing aboard a cargo ship.
I just sort of wave him off, and then I grab Rusid and just sort of pull him away, and I say, "We're on a stolen ship. Don't draw any attention."
Cargo is slaves.
Can Coin ascertain if they've caught anything?
They have a lot of fish, yeah. The canoes are filled with fish, yeah. They're probably going to be heading home soon.
All right, Coin feels a bit better about his map now. That's all. Coin,
Great.
what was the name of that place they said was 7 miles? Whatever.
They use the words Green Hut Island.
I mean, Captain Zafira, do you think that's a good plan? Go there, or what? Are we just gonna keep going the way we're going?
Well, I mean, how are we doing on food? I mean, I can wait.
We have no food.
No, I mean like, is anybody
rations.
starving right now? Like, is it urgent that we get food in our bellies?
I don't
I'd
know.
say
Is it
no.
emergency coin?
It's. I don't think
Is it?
so.
I don't know.
I'm
My
hungry,
metabolism's
but-
a little slower than yours. Okay.
I'm hungry, but I'll make it till dinner.
We'll survive, but
I agree. If there's no, well, we want to avoid Endland Point because that's where this boat was stolen from in the first place. Yeah, I say we dodge Green Hut Island and we're going towards where we're supposed to be going.
Which is Inland Point.
So in this,
I want to
this is
say,
getting
we're going
harder and harder.
next.
We can stop by Green Hut Island, change up the ship so that, when we end up at Emblem Point, things don't end up so bad.
Just food for thought.
That is a
They
good
don't
point.
know that this
It
ship.
would be much
he
more
said-
difficult to.
Coin says this quietly.
It would
He's
be
like,
much more difficult to recreate the ship in the water.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do.
That's true. We could dock at Green Hut Island, try and disguise the ship somehow.
We're probably a bit more low profile there, as opposed to going closer to where our
That's a good
names are
point.
more known.
I assumed we were just heading towards the nearest land. I didn't realize going straight to Endland Point.
Well, the
Um,
good news is Green Hut Island is, as far as I know, the nearest land.
All right. Well,
let's head that way then.
all
Do you
right.
think they have pink paint there?
Oh, I hope not.
Ah, you're all about the pink crystal. I respect it.
if they have
Respect
any
it.
paint to be green.
We also would probably need some strobe lights, to really get the party going. And then maybe these
Strobe
fishermen would come. They could bring their fish.
Is that like a magical thing, Bryn?
What?
A strobe light? Is that like a spell?
That's a good question. Let me see if I can make a strobe light. Well, I can turn dancing lights on and off rapidly and try and make them blink.
Okay,
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. I've never really gotten the hang of it, but some people get really good at it, where they
Is
can
that
make the lights flicker on and off really fast.
okay. I have another question for you. I guess you, Crystal. Why?
Why what?
Is the strobe light? Is it like a tactical thing? Does it blind?
It definitely
Like-
can be.
Okay. All
Which
right.
is why you cannot do dancing lights fast enough. They've actually done a errata on that because people tried to use it for epilepsy on people, and
I'm
no,
sure they
no,
have.
you
Yes.
do not allow
that's
dancing
actually
lights
kind
to
of
happen.
smart.
No, I think that's the dancing lights cantrip.
Yeah,
Or not dancing lights. Color spray.
color spray it is. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
it's a color
yeah.
spray.
Yeah. So All right, I think we're headed to Green Hut Island. Saphira, you're the sort of ad hoc captain. Are you, Dewey? It's up to you. You're the one who knows how to drive.
My vote
So-
is we go to Green Hut Island. If we're going to set down anywhere, we know it's 7 miles away. We don't know where the next place is, and for all we know, we might end up in a place where they know that we're not supposed to be walking around. Or at least they think that.
To Green Hut Island.
All right, so you guys want to leave the fishermen here and head in the direction that they pointed?
Crystal's
Yes.
gonna yell out to them. You guys want to go to a party?
They look at you. What?
Like a party, you
Like
know?
later.
Like later on, like obviously, like back on the island, you know. Like, we don't have the proper supplies.
One of the
Here,
guys
go
goes,
away.
"I'll party with you."
Ruzit like leans over and whispers to Bryn, are they hitting on them?
I don't know.
The one guy is very much into this. Very much into this whole concept of getting on the centaur. Absolutely.
Wait, are we
Wait, I wanna ask-
Did we just
I wanna
get
ask-
a groupie?
I want to ask out of character because I'm curious. Do they
Yeah.
see? Do they only see the top half of Crystal? Is there a barricade on the edge of the ship? Like, is it not completely apparent that she's a centaur?
Yeah, yeah.
They do.
absolutely.
Okay, I'm just confirming.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense to me.
Crystal's
Alright.
gonna cheer and she's gonna wink at him and say, "I'll see you back on the island."
He waves and says, "Well, I'm not headed back there, but next time I see you, date
Deal.
or just a good time."
Damn
Whatever
it,
you're up
Crystal!
for.
We're supposed to be keeping a low profile, not getting dates.
Coin gives like a send off to them. They're like, "Thanks for the info."
It's a low profile
You guys
date,
don't have any
Bryn.
to trade? Got some fish here if you guys want to trade for fish.
Now we're good.
Like, there's
I have,
fish
like,
all
this
around us. I
open
don't need to
stuff.
buy any.
Yeah, what the, you know?
I have this
How
like
much for it?
potion stuff we found down in the cargo.
What?
The potion, that they could see at night. You know, they drank the thing and then they could see us, and I couldn't see them, so I had to make myself tank it. There's the whole
There-
thing over there, you know.
Wait, there's a night vision potion on the ship,
Yeah, there were a few of them.
2 of them.
and you want to
Yeah,
trade
they're
that
right.
for a fish?
They're right here. And she like holds out the.
So it's 7 miles. That's like
I think we can just make it there and get supplies. We don't
can-
need to trade that away.
we just buy a fishing rod in 20 minutes.
I mean, we also have some gold. Like, if we get on the island, we can just buy food.
With the dark vision potion?
No, with gold. We have gold still. Just a little. Not a lot, but a little.
Okay, whatever.
Coin's gonna call out to them like, what's your price for like a average fish?
2 silver pieces.
Can he cross-reference that with his familiar knowledge on what a fish might normally sell for on land?
Oh, it's an absolute ripoff, but you would get fish.
An absolute rip.
Okay. Coin's gonna be like, oh,
A normal meal at a tavern is going to cost you 5 copper pieces. He's charging you 4 times that for one fish.
Coin's gonna call out, hey, maybe you can find a shark out here dumb enough to buy that. We'll be seeing you though.
Yeah,
That was rude.
that's the guy coming on a boat with no cargo.
That's I don't. And he just starts walking away.
Krista laughed really fake and really loud. Ha! That was so good.
All right, so off you guys sail away from the fishermen.
Coin will confer with Saphira based on what they said, like how to get there.
Okay,
Towards the island.
it's going to take
Make
you
sure
guys
it says
several hours to get there.
Yeah.
But you guys will make your way towards these islands. And after about 2 hours, you can see on the horizon a very small set of islands that look like they're covered in greenery.
All right.
is there anything you guys want to do prior to pulling up to what looks like a dock on the western side of the islands?
Not really, but I'll make a note that Coin, he'll keep in mind how long it took to get to Green Hut from that spot, and he'll adjust his map as necessary to kind of all right, Green Hut, it's about that far.
All right.
Okay.
We should get a story straight in case anybody questions what we're doing on a big boat with no cargo, and it's possible they know it's stolen. I think if anybody calls us out on having a stolen boat, we should be honest and say that we were captured and we were going to be sold into slavery, but we managed to take control of the boat.
You're right, that is the truth.
Yeah.
Clever.
True.
I think if we
Now
do
it's a party boat.
I think if we do get called out, we just tell the truth, and we're not the original thieves of the boat. So I think that we're...
So the real question is, how fast can we get paint?
Well,
Yes.
I'm not sure we're going to get painted all on this island, but let's see if we can figure something out. We'll just dock, try to keep our heads down, see if we can get supplies, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But if we get accosted for being on a stolen boat, we just tell the truth. We were tied up, we were going to be sold into slavery, and we managed to take back the boat. If this boat belongs to someone else, that's fine, but we're not the ones who took it.
Yeah, I don't really see a point in lying about it. I feel like we're in the right.
But then won't they want their boat back?
Yes, but it's better than going to prison.
I mean, I think we know it well enough. We can just break out again.
I'm tired of breaking out of places.
Coin?
Yeah,
Doesn't it make it feel
What?
a little more alive?
I felt the first time we broke out of prison, I felt real bad that we weren't able to get justice properly by these guys. So I collected these, and I hand over 16 gold pieces. I thought maybe you could at least check to see if they're what you wanted, but
You found
maybe they'll be
16 off of it? Oh, hell yeah, Tati. All right. He swipes them and he just starts looking at them.
Yeah.
Well done. Where do you...
if they're
You
not
just-
what you're looking for, maybe they can help us buy some paint.
I think this will go a long way. Man. You just find them off of them? They probably stole this too, honestly. Coin will, I don't think it's relevant to the story, but he'll do his normal, just cleaning them and observing them in his free time. It doesn't have to be all now. I know where...
Tati
The
recognizes
coins
that
are
coin.
of different countries,
Interesting.
But-
so they have different markings on them. However, they are all of the same weight. So they each weigh-
Do you think Coin could confer an idea of how the people these were taken off of tend to sail? Do they seem like they're of different places that were
Before you answer that, Tati's aware that Coin might misunderstand where she got these coins from, and she's
Yeah.
not correcting it, but she picked these up off the guards from the Nausea prison.
Correct.
Just,
Yeah, you're correct in that
Clever.
observation.
she's just gonna let that lie.
Like-
That seems fine.
Yeah, I didn't even know you found the time for this. All right. That's what's on Coin's mind. He's thinking these are all from different places. Do you think did they sail there? They've been sailing really far. Oh.
Maybe.
Are we
So-
docking our ship now, or are we
Yes,
just
you are. Yeah, unless someone has anything else they want to do before you guys dock, I'm about to let you guys access the Green Hut Islands.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Should have
Here you
asked
guys
if the
go.
Green Hut Islands have a prison.
Yeah, we have to break out of it. We have a collector's postcard. We need to get postcards from all the prisons we've broken out of.
It's pretty cute.
As you guys pull up, this person walks to the edge of the dock. Hello, strangers. How are you?
Hello there. We're short of food and water, and we're looking to trade.
Well, we have both. quite in abundance. Come aboard the wonderful islands. Rest your feet, rest your hearts, and be merry aboard the islands.
Oh, this
We'll
that's
trade with
great.
you.
What
And
kind
she
of
grabs
person are you?
Oh, I'm simply a villager of the islands.
Oh, we gotta hold on. Okay, we have someone that needs to be helped down. So just wait a moment.
She extends a set of boards for you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Get the
As
board here.
I'd like to go below decks and talk to our prisoner.
Okay. What are you
Can I
going to
do
say
it?
to your...
I'd like to knock.
Uber has arrived at your destination.
Yeah, we've arrived at a place called the Green Hut Island. We promised to let you ashore. We think we're headed to Enland Point after this. Do you want to be let off here, or do you want to stick around and come with us to Enland Point? Your choice.
I'll go to Inland Point if that's where you're going. However, that would involve me getting ashore and coming back on the boat.
Sounds like a deal.
Well, do you want to? I'm asking you. We promised we'd let you off when we made land. We have made land. Do you want to get off here, or do you want to stay and come with us to Enland Point?
I'll get off here and get off again at Inland Point.
Really pay for passage.
Well, we can definitely let you off here. I'm fine letting you back on the boat again. I'm not sure my companions would approve.
Tell her if she wants back on, she has to give you the suit.
I'll tell you what. We'll give you we'll let you off here as promised, but if you want to come back to Enland Point, we can bring you back with us in exchange for the suit.
Fine. Deal. I'll give you the suit when we reboard.
Deal. I opened the door to try and let her out.
She stands up and smiles. We have another deal, and she's gonna go ahead and go ashore.
All right.
Coin's gonna say to Tati as we're like getting ready to go off. He's gonna say, "Hey Tati, I bet my share's worth of the painting. You can't find a bucket while we're here."
Bucket.
A bucket?
You want
Yeah.
a bucket filled with something or filled with nothing?
Just a bucket. If you can get some like fresh water in it, that'd be cool. The old one kind of got lost in the transit, you know.
Coin,
All right,
have
so
you
are we
seen
gonna-
anything like this before?
Are we
Have
gonna
I?
disembark?
Yeah.
Have I-
Elf.
Have I seen like a place like this before?
No, a person like these elf
Eric,
type
I-
people.
Has Coin in his past seen or passed, or does he recognize this creature, this person in front of him?
This types of individuals.
Yeah.
Let's roll a history
Type of
check. Let's find out. I love the dice. They tell stories, guys. And with a 13, you've heard of them. These would be water genasi that are native to the saltwater areas.
Coin will say like, I haven't encountered them myself, but I've heard just from in passing. Water genasi? I don't know much about their culture or anything.
How exciting!
Interesting.
Elementals. Let's go meet them.
Yeah. So
Can
yeah,
Coin ascertain on that knowledge if they're he can tell they seem to be docile, but like, do they seem to be particularly like, I don't know, trade oriented or just secluded? Do they have any sort of a known vibe from maybe like hearing in passing?
Generally, they have a very diverse society. They are known to not be docile, but more be very tempestuous, in that they are calm until risen to anger, at which point they don't stop.
Okay.
It's very much like the whole Bruce Lee proverb, you know, water can be still or water can crash, be like water. You never know what's going to be happening, but when they are in the moment, they are who they are.
Coin
they
will
do
say,
trade, and based off of what you can see of this island, they've got some fortifications up to protect themselves, but it looks like a fishing village.
Coin will say, like, we should be all right. Let's just not start anything, because I don't know how they're going to react.
Got it, boss.
So are we all going, or is someone going to stay here?
Um.
I'm not
actually,
volunteering. I'm just asking.
Well, this island looks very small, so I think the boat will be in sight no matter where we walk here, right?
Whatever.
I suppose you could have one person sit on the
I
boat
think-
if that makes you
Yeah,
feel more
I think
comfortable.
we're.
Well, there's someone we... So has the witch, has she just walked off?
Yes.
She just walked off the ship.
Coin's
She's-
gonna just say,
she's
oh,
here.
cool, so you're getting off here?
Yes, but she's as you suggested, she wants to come to Enland Point, and she'll give us the suit in exchange.
Coin thinks about that, and he's like, witch, like, don't start anything.
Why would I start anything? I've got a deal with you already.
All right, Coin won't pester. He seems like a little perplexed by that, but he's right
smiles.
next to her, and he's like,
She's
I don't
missing
want.
5 of her teeth. Her breath smells like nicotine crossed with old cheese. It is,
Coin being
you know that
right next to a
great
native
aunt that none of us
doesn't.
like. Yeah, that's her.
Coin being right next to a native doesn't want to tip off the sort of predicament regarding the ship's origin. So he's just like, all right, just make it back when we're leaving. And
No problem.
he'll walk this way and he'll just quietly say to the
Yeah.
party, just
what-
maybe keep an eye out, make sure she doesn't take the ship while we're not looking.
Approximately what time of day is it?
It would be early afternoon, about 4:30.
All right. So, well,
You guys have about 3 hours before sunset.
we're probably going to end up staying the night on the ship and then casting off tomorrow, or maybe staying in a slightly nicer lodging on the island if you want. But yeah, for now, let's just stick together, and then we can make plans. See where that takes us. All right, Crystal, Saphira, are you guys coming?
Hi. Crystal, you need any help? You got it.
These legs are not just to look at.
We put the anchor down and stuff, right?
Yeah, we've docked.
Okay.
The ship's not going anywhere.
You guys, I will grant you the intellectual credit of having tied the ship to the dock and put the anchor down.
We haven't been in this situation, so I just want to establish that we've taken the precautions.
All right.
If you guys use the term "we've docked," I will go ahead and grant that as an established thing.
I'm fine with that.
Well,
Because
let's get some.
otherwise, I have to sit there and screw you guys over every single time.
You can tell us if it's difficult to dock somewhere, but
Yeah.
I think it's easy to establish we've done what we need to dock the ship.
You have two
Okay.
people who know what they're doing. The rest of you guys can probably follow instructions semi-well, but at least Crystal and Sphera can dock the ship.
Coin's
Are
not
you okay?
useless. He's just very tiny.
Someone fell over.
Ooh. Wasn't me.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you mean in real life?
Hey, I heard a
man, out of
microphone
battery.
fell over. Oh, okay.
I'll just have to let it recharge.
It's risen. He's frozen on our screens.
It's a good look.
Okay. It is. All right,
Coin's
so-
going to walk back
I guess
to
we'll do.
the native, and he's going to say, "Hey, we're not exactly passerbys or anything, but do you guys have any sort of I guess a front for people that may be short on supplies that are just in the area, or some sort of trading district
No.
or something.
Well, not a district, but you can talk to the chieftain. He'll trade with you gladly.
And where would I find Mr. Chieftain?
Next to the big fire, and she points right over here.
He turns. He's like, "Oh right, that big fire, that huge fire. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I can find
Next
that."
to the large hut that chieftains would live in.
All right.
Yeah, the chieftain's fire. Yeah, the fire. All right, thank you. He
You're
gives it like the
very
two finger guns.
welcome.
Like, thank you very much. I love the island.
She looks at you very confused at how stupid you could be.
He just walked away. He's like, really beautiful island here. It's really, walks off.
Okay. As you look around, people are fishing and enjoying the sand. There's a guy on a boat over here to the east. There's a couple other people in huts. And sitting outside of the large hut here, you can see a very large water genasi, bald, bristling arms with muscles. He's got absolutely chiseled features, almost like they're carved out of crystal. And you guys walk up a little bit, and he looks ominous. And that might be why you guys are being so hesitant.
On the walk between the dock and here, Coin is talking to everyone. He's like, all right, I feel like, if nothing else, while we're here, picking up a couple fishing rods, just some supplies for the ship, see what they got, wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, someone could scrape off the paint too while we're here.
That's a good idea, I think. All right. So as this is happening, I'll approach I'll go over sort of this way, and I'll address the chieftain, and I'll say good afternoon. Thank you for welcoming us onto your island. We're travelers short of food and water, and we would like to trade if you are willing.
He looks up at you and stands before he bows at the waist, keeping his eyes on yours. He gestures with open hands to sit down around the circle, but has not said any words.
Bruce kind of sits down.
I try and return the gesture as best I can, bowing at the waist while maintaining eye contact, and then
performance check.
Oh right, here's performance. Here's hoping it's better than the last performance.
Oh,
there
yeah.
we go.
There
That
you
one,
go.
that's 20.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, you mimic the gesture greatly, and he smiles appreciatively at your good manners. You have gained a bonus in your negotiations with this individual.
Sounds good.
Who all is moving around the fire? Right now I have Saphira, Bryn, and Ruzid.
Ruze kind of sits down as he sees them instructing us to, like, sit down.
Okay.
Sits down quietly.
Like on the ground? Sit down?
I think we have
There's-
sort of rugs
there's
circling
mats,
around the fire.
yes. They are woven mats of seaweed.
Negotiation time.
All right.
Crystal's gonna lay down and cross her legs.
Okay. Still don't understand how you do that.
I have manners. My dad taught me.
I went trying to find horses with crossed legs, and I couldn't find them.
Oh, only centaurs can do it.
Centaurs can do it. It's double jointed. That's what it is. Got it.
That's years of flexibility training.
Ah, contortionist centaurs.
That's so good.
That's got to be a website somewhere.
Someone.
All right.
So at the moment is from like Coin just sat down by like Tati and Coin sat down over here. Is Bryn talking to the chieftain right now? Is there any
There's
dialogue?
no words, none
Not yet.
whatsoever.
Not yet. We're waiting for everybody to sort of sit down.
All right, Coin doesn't say anything yet. He just surveys like what everyone's doing.
Okay.
All right.
Off to your right here, you can see a variety of supplies, ranging from shells and seafood to weapons and rope and a couple bags of spices and some meat. There's a sword in front of him. There's some form of axe, a dagger. There's all sorts of things all around you guys that you could trade for.
So as people are sort of sitting down, I'll say to the chief, we're passing through on our way to Endland Point, but we have little food or water, and we have little to bargain with besides a meager amount of coin. If we cannot reach a trade that is agreeable to you, that is fine, and we can return to our boat and be on our way. But we're not in danger for our lives, but we are a little hungry and thirsty, and so if you would accept coin in exchange for food or water, we would be grateful.
He nods, doesn't say a word, and holds up, looks at each of you, counts each of you to 6, and holds up 6 fingers. And this woman goes in here, comes back out with an entire armful of vegetables, and will come to each of you, holding the vegetables in front of you. She will pass in front of each of you guys, not letting you take them, but she's going to go around and show you guys the vegetables before stopping over next to him and putting them at his side. And he holds up 6 fingers.
I see. Looking at both of them, I'll say, are you offering us these vegetables for trade?
He nods.
I get the impression, I'm not saying this out loud, I get the impression he wants 6 gold pieces in exchange for the 6 vegetables. But
it's an armful of vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll an insight check. Let's
sure.
see. Or actually, this would be a survival check because you got to understand how much food people eat per day.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll roll survival and we'll see. It's going to be 15 on survival.
This is enough food to last you guys 5 days.
Oh.
That's pretty good. And so that's approximately 6. That's 30 person days worth of food. Assuming if a meal is 5 copper, so a silver or 2 would pay for 1. I think if he's asking for 6 gold, that's not a bad deal, because that's 2 silver per person per day. It's because it's 10 silver to the gold piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good deal, because it's I see that you're holding up 6 fingers. Are you asking for 6 gold pieces in exchange for the supplies?
He nods slowly.
I count. I take out my coins and I pick out 6 pieces of gold, and I hold them out in my hands, and I say, we accept these terms.
The woman brings the vegetables over to you and puts them in front of you, takes the 6 gold coins and walks over to him, hands him the 6 gold coins, and sits down, kind of in a kneeling position next to him, like she's sitting on her knees.
All right, I'll remove 6 gold from my inventory. Right. Thank you. Is this food and water or just food?
He gestures to the vegetables there.
Okay. So it looks like just food. Okay, but I mean, vegetables have a decent water content, but it's not the same as drinking water.
He nods.
I see. So, do you have water that we could bargain for as well?
He nods.
Hey, Bryn, while you're bargaining, you should take these. I don't actually need it, and maybe you could use it.
And he takes a longbow and puts it at Bryn's feet.
I nod. I whisper, thanks. All right.
Take it out of my inventory.
Okay. So I'll ask him. How much gold pieces would you like for? You've given us 30 days worth of food. How much would you like in exchange for 30 days of water?
He holds up 6 fingers.
I think that's pretty good. How much is the price of a longbow? Let me check the Sources, player's handbook.
Roll an insight check instead of checking the handbook because your character may not know what
That's
Walker
fair.
knows.
That is fair.
Wait, what are you trying to figure out?
How
Longbow
much the
prices.
longbow is worth? Because Ruzid's offered to give up his longbow as part of the.
I'd like to ask if this is something Coin could infer with some general knowledge of trading as well.
Oh, knowledge of greed. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Feel
yeah,
free.
knowledge of greed. If it's something he knows,
Coin is Mr. Budgetary, so Coin automatically gets a bonus on this because of character background.
yeah. If so,
Notice-
Coin will put up the amount of fingers that he confers it to Bryn. He'll be like, hey, Bryn,
Okay.
Bryn, Bryn. And he'll like put up the amount of fingers.
Roll your history check, please, because for you it's history. I
Right.
think you've got good history, right?
I have 1 in history. My goods are like perception and acrobatics.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're going to be doing
insight.
history. Yeah.
Can I nudge Coin while he's
Sure.
having this quiet conversation and just kind of point out with my eyes and some hand signals that he probably doesn't understand that
Yeah.
in all of the weapons that we're looking at, none of them are ranged.
I think Coin will pick up on that because it's right as we're talking about the longbow. So he'll look at these for a minute. And what roll did you want? You want history?
You can roll history or insight, either one. I'm cool with either one for Coin.
Right.
For financial value. Yeah. All right, so yeah, longbows are normally worth 50 gold retail.
Oh crap! Okay.
So
So
Coin-
that's both feet, both hands, on 2.5 of you.
So Coin will put. I don't know how many fingers Grung have, but I presume we'll put
We're
up a
going to
5.
go with 5.
Put up a 5 and a 0, and then and he'll
He
point.
nods and holds up a 5.
He'll point. Well, no. So Coin will point at the weapons while looking at Bryn, and he'll say, "He's like, they may not be the most preferential buyers. Maybe hold it."
Okay, so I have the longbow in front of me, but I haven't said anything about the longbow yet. And to the chieftain, I'll nod and I say, yes, we will trade 6 gold for 30 days of water as well, and I'll take out 6 more gold from my inventory, and I'll offer it in the same
Okay.
fashion.
He holds up a hand to wait. The woman stands up and goes into the hut, retrieves a large leather sack, goes back over here, and spends a couple moments there. You can hear water gurgling from back there before she comes back with the leather sack that is now heavy. And she will walk over to you, put the heavy leather sack down in front of you, take the 6 gold coins, and then go over here, hand them to him, and sit back
Alright.
down on her knees.
All right, so now I will remove 6 gold.
Well, looks like we
Alright.
got what we needed.
Coin will actually. He'll speak up to the. He'll say, "Your chieftain," and he'll do it respectfully because he's reading the room here. And he'll has Coin picked up, like, does he speak, like, he doesn't have to speak the common language, but does he follow along? Like, does he seem like he gets lost in certain words?
He hasn't yet. He just hasn't
Coin-
said anything at all.
Coin's going to say, and he'll do a modest motion of a fishing line, and he'll say, do you have perhaps a fishing line that would be available for trade?
He nods.
And what would be your going price for that?
He holds up one pinky.
Do you think Coin can
Like,
infer?
turns his hand backwards to you and holds up one finger.
Coin is going to hold. He's going to hold out 1 silver, and he'll point at it, and he'll say, "Is this the conversion rate for you?"
He nods. And the woman stands up and walks over here, picks up a spool of line, and walks to you, puts the spool of line in front of you.
Coin will hold out the silver piece.
She takes the silver piece and walks it over to the guy, puts it in his hand. She sits down on her feet again.
Coin will look down and it's like, so where's the rest of it?
The chieftain smiles and holds up another pinky.
Okay, I think you misunderstood when I asked for a fishing line. I didn't mean the line of the fishing.
He shakes his head and points at the spool of line.
Bryn laughs and he says, "All right, he's beaten us, Coin. Give him the other silver." And I turn and I respectfully but playfully say to the chieftain, "We would like the entire rest of the fishing rod for another silver, please."
Yeah, I got to back that one up. Coin pulls out a second silver piece.
He nods. The woman comes over here, takes the stick off of the barricade, walks back around the fire to Coin, puts the long, flexible, bendy stick in front of you, takes the coin from your hand and walks back to the chieftain, hands the coin to the chieftain, and sits back down on her knees.
Coin's looks up at his party. He's like, I'm not paying someone to make this.
You now have a fishing pole and fishing line, and as you do so, Coin, the realization of the situation just hits you, and you look up at the chieftain. He's got this big, shit-eating grin on his face.
Coin, I don't think grunts their face can turn red, but Coin feels a little silly having, it's like, I really should have anticipated that.
And he reaches down and holds up an entire small basket of fish hooks.
Coin's gonna look at these for a moment and look back at him, and Coin's gonna hold out one copper piece.
He takes one fish hook out and hands it to the woman next to him, who takes it gingerly, walks over to you, puts the fish hook down right next to the fishing pole, and takes the copper piece and walks back to him and sits down next to him. You now have one fish hook.
I think I know why people don't trade here.
He smiles.
Coin's going to put it, rummage it all together, and he's going to look up at them and sort of, jokingly, he's going to say, people usually just sell the whole thing all at once. You can usually sell it for more that way, actually.
This gentleman back here says, you have to be specific.
All right, well,
I want to
infer something. You asked for fishing line, he sold you fishing line. You asked for a fishing pole, he sold you a fishing pole. You never asked for the fish hook.
I want to infer something.
You want the entire tackle. Feel free to ask for the full fishing tackle.
That's the term, tackle. Okay, it seems I misspoke earlier, and that was my fault, and I accept responsibility for that. We're looking to assemble a full fishing tackle.
Well, hold on. I want to double check with Eric on something, just as
sure. Out of character. Knowledge. We'll pause.
Do you think Coin, probably estimating what an actual fishing line costs, do you think he could estimate if he's actually getting a better deal by buying them individually than he would, as to what a full fishing rod would typically fetch for on a normal market?
You're getting about an even deal.
Huh. Okay. I'm just making sure.
It's going to cost what gold for entire fishing pole with fishing equipment?
All right, I'm just double checking so I can.
We're just
understand the headset.
He's doing microtransactions to get you there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's all. Coin feels silly, but he doesn't feel scammed.
As Coin, it absolutely should feel, and it's a justified feeling, especially on Justin's side, to feel like this is a dick move to microtransact every single fish hook one at a time. What the hell? No, absolutely. You should be pissed off at the transaction system. However, he is charging a fair price.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing. I think Coin can acknowledge, like, I'm not getting ripped off. He's just doing
Yeah.
it. He's just their humor, I guess.
We're playing a gotcha game.
Yeah, that. So, okay, so
That and the fact that you guys are dealing with a cultural dichotomy here, because you have asked for very specific things, and they have given you exactly what you asked for. Nothing more, nothing less.
all right, so I'll throw it back to Bryn, who was talking about the tackle.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yes. So it seems I have misspoke. How much for the rest of the fishing tackle? We have a rod and line and one hook. Can we just complete the set, so to speak?
He nods, and he will offer you the coins back, but lift up a box. It's a wooden box that he has, and he sits in front of the woman and holds up one finger, palm towards you.
Okay. I think I understand that he's offering to sort of undo trades and then undo the previous trades and then offering us an entire fishing kit, basically for one gold piece. And I say yes, that's agreeable, and I'll take out another gold piece.
Okay. She walks over, hands the coins to Coin.
Yeah. Coin's going to make sure that those coins return to him.
Exactly the same coins. She picks up the fish hook, walks it back to him. Comes back, takes up the fish line, takes it back to him. Comes back, takes the fishing pole, takes it back to him. And then finally, after the trades of coin have been undone, then we'll take the box over to Bryn, puts the box in front of Bryn with the fishing pole and the fish lines and the little basket of hooks, smiles graciously, takes the one gold coin, takes it back to him, sits down on her knees, and he smiles and nods.
Coin gives a little flappy clap to that. He's like, good one, good one.
I smile graciously in return. All right, so thank you very much. That's what we needed.
Just for the record, you guys have 20 fish hooks, one fishing pole, and enough lures, bobbers, weights, etc. to get you guys fishing. So,
Okay.
If you guys decide to go fishing and you crit fail, you'll lose a fishing hook.
Understood.
Just tossing that out there.
All right. So, do you have anything that we could use to make markings or decorations on the hull of our ship?
He smiles and nods, and he gestures to all around the islands.
Looking around. Nice island.
I'm looking at the chieftain and the woman next to him. Do they appear to have any kind of paint on, like not like war paint, but just any kind of markings on their bodies that I seem that might have been applied artificially?
No, their water genasi that would have washed off.
I see.
They probably know the word paint, though.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, feel free to ask if you don't think if you don't think my character is asking in the right way.
Coin will say.
It.
Coin will say, like, we paint. Do you have paint? Our ship keeps getting beat up by the waves.
He nods, and he points at the hut here, which is painted green. And he also points to this flower over here. He points to the mats you guys are sitting on, and then he holds up a conch shell.
Do you have? Okay, I want to make sure you're not taking a ruse on me. Do you have an applicable paint, something that's ready to be applied?
He nods.
Are these your swatches? Are you showing me the colors available, or because
He nods.
Okay, Coin looks around thinking about what they pointed at. So
Well,
he
what
pointed
color
at
do we
a
wanna go
flower,
for?
the green hut. Am I missing anything?
In a conch shell.
What color is the conch shell? Is it just like a peach?
It is a very decided pink.
Okay.
Which,
Oh.
if
I
you
was
guys
like,
ever
ooh.
go and actually check out how to get pink in paint, conch shell is one of the ways you can get pink in paint.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
All right, so
Yeah,
I
learn
was
something new every day,
joking.
guys.
I was joking before, but are we actually gonna paint our boat with pink paint?
Coin's gonna say,
Who was
"We may
joking?
need a moment to discuss what would be painted, if that's okay." He'll say that
Nods.
to the two.
All right,
And
so
he'll-
let's huddle up.
As you
Team
guys do
huddle.
so,
Colors.
as you guys do so, he steps forward and pulls a fish on a skewer out of the fire, sits back and chews on it, and
Excellent.
offers a second one to the girl next to him.
Huh, that looks pretty good.
It smells good too.
So pink then, we're all decided.
All right, so yeah, everybody huddle up. I'll motion to everybody. Come on over. All right, so what color paint do we want?
Well, our
I
options
just
are
said.
red, darker red, lighter red, or green. So
Something tells me that if we don't choose pink, crystals are gonna heal me again.
I kind of like him.
pink. We're gonna do it pink. It's like the least inconspicuous color.
I'm sorry, have you seen me? Do I look inconspicuous?
I mean, it's so inconspicuous that it's like.
Sweetie, I don't know if
conspicuous.
that's a positive quality for a
I mean-
ship.
Call me
Did
sweetie
he just
again.
call you sweetie? Did he?
Who's the one
Wow.
carrying your bucket?
Well, okay. Well, pink it is. Pink it is, everybody. Are we cool with that?
I mean, I guess it's like so conspicuous it's inconspicuous, right? What
No,
pink shit
no,
would be
that's not
committing
how
crimes?
this works at all. If I'm guessing none of us have ever seen a pink ship ever.
See, you know,
We'll blend in with the
Yes,
sunrise.
therefore they must
No,
be
no,
straight if they've
No,
never
see,
seen
Bryn,
them.
this is the strategy, all right? They're gonna look at the pink ship, right? It's gonna catch their eyes. Then you turn on the strobe lights.
oh, so we give our enemies a seizure. You know,
Yeah, something like. I feel like it's just gonna disorient them, staring at those lights. I know it'll work.
Guys, I'm telling you, I tried the strobe lights. It doesn't work. I'm just not fast
what
enough.
if you smoke that sood you get or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Would that let you do strobe lights?
Maybe once.
What if
I
we
don't
just
know,
dim a
but-
light, and then we
Crystal's
just
gonna
like
look at
Maybe
clank,
we'll just
planks in
strobe
front
lights
of
for
it.
you, but maybe not for anyone else.
Crystal's gonna look at Coin really intently, and she's gonna be like, "Pink equals the party ship. We're gonna get drugs from the witch, which means better party. People will pay to come to the party, which means you get coins."
Do you even know why we're here? I feel like you've completely lost the plot. Like I just
Get
wanted.
me paint.
I did not orient myself
Are
on
we
this
gonna
ship
rent
to
out the
sell
ship
drugs. I
for
just wanted to be
doing
clear on
missions?
that.
Like, what if we go to port and then like we do the stupid party that Crystal wants, and then while we're off the ship, we're making passive income while the party's going on the ship, and then we come back and take the
Oh,
ship to do
Oh,
other
you
stuff.
want to
That's what I'm saying.
run fair
I-
on the ship, the party ship.
I'm gonna step away
I-
for a second.
Okay,
Excuse me, are you going somewhere?
I'm a fan of
No,
keeping my
I was
work.
just checking out that lovely statue over there, the big stone sculpture.
I
Wanted to
love
see what
the
they had
attitude.
over there.
I love the attitude, Ruzid. I like keeping my work and my place separate, and I don't like the
I'll
idea of
check it out
people
as well.
partying 3 feet
Well,
from my office space.
I mean, the work is the play, right? Like, as in,
For you, maybe.
well, no, as in the party is your work, right? Because you're making money off of it.
It's not party when someone's snorting a line on one of my maps, Ruzid. That's just
I don't know,
deteriorating
It sounds
the.
like a party.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, well, Coin just looks baffled that this is a serious discussion. Like, I just don't. I
what if
thought
we get
we were not here to
two
host
colors?
parties. This feels.
We'll
You
get
know
two
what? I'm with
colors,
Coin here on this
one
one.
pink and the other a different color. It's very
Wait, but if we don't have
Democratic way to do
spotted, if we have
If-
spotted
what- you wanna
colors
pay-
everywhere,
you wanna-
will that make the ship even more dazzling, like even more confusing to look at?
Oh, this is what we do. We paint one side one color and the other side another, so it looks like a different ship from each side.
I don't think that would. You know what?
Why
Just
wouldn't it?
go for it.
No, it's like a dolphin, right? I see them like a shark sometimes.
At
There's
this
certain
point-
fish. They're darker on the top, but lighter on the bottom, right? Because like the
At this-
sun it's like camouflage.
You know, to be
Don't we do
honest,
that?
Coin, like, after I saw that whole map idea you had earlier, you know, just go wild, honestly. Just do whatever you want.
Do you not trust my work?
No, I don't. I trust you. I trust that you're doing what you think is best.
Coin's eyes sort of squint a little bit. Like, Ruza, you know my work is of quality.
I mean, yes, of course it is.
Right. So, pink it is? Or unless someone wants to talk to you. You want to do... I like the 2 swatches idea.
It's too bad they don't have any black.
It would be good. I would like the night mode ship.
Ooh, night mode party.
No. He's going to turn to the chieftain and say... Are there any other any other colors that you might have available for paint?
He nods and points to Crystal and says, does the covers his eyes for a moment.
They glow pink.
Roll an
The other
insight
option?
check. Insight check to find out what he's insinuating.
For anybody or Crystal specifically?
Oh, for me?
No. Well, who asked if he had any other colors?
I asked, but you said he looked at Crystal, so I assumed
Yeah,
it was
so
for
go ahead and roll your insight. Yeah, he's referring to black because he's covering his eyes.
Okay. Coin will do like a little gesture. He doesn't really have a nose, but it'll be like, oh, okay, all right, I get you. And he'll turn back and he'll say, so black paint is an option. Pink paint's an option. I feel like it's counterintuitive to do both, but I like being carried in the bucket. So compromise, we do 1/2 pink, 1/2 black. Does that sound good to everybody?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
This is a fashion disaster.
He flaps his
Is that the name
together.
of our boat? The fashion disaster?
We'll get there.
Not yet.
It's gonna be amazing.
Coin will turn back and he'll say he'll provide 2 gestures. He'll point at the conch shell and return the eye cover. He'll say, so we're looking for the pink one and the black one. If you have those available, those pliable paints, I'd like to know your fetching price.
He looks at you and he goes about like that, about like this, and he holds up one finger pointing at you, palm towards you.
Does the paint, the size that he approximated, seem like enough to cover the ship? Does it
No,
seem like
it's enough to rename
It looked like
the
it's pretty
ship.
small.
Yeah. Based off of your experience with paint, which in Coin's experience, I'm not going to give him much experience with paint because we have not done an artist thing for Coin.
No, his paints are much more like, I don't know, acrylic drawing. I don't know if he
I'm not
knows
sure.
about paints.
You know enough. Yeah, art store stuff. You would know enough that the volume of paint that he's looking at is about a pint to a gallon. So
Okay.
you're looking at 6 square feet. So enough to easily rename the ship on both sides and on the back, but not to cover the entire ship.
Coin will say to the group, he'll say to the chieftain sort of like, one moment. And he'll look at everybody and he'll say, so we can get enough definitely to change that name tag, but we're going to need a lot more paint to cover the ship. And
Well,
I
that's
don't
fine.
think we can afford that. So
Yeah, we don't need to paint the whole boat. That was just sort of a suggestion. But yeah, no, enough to rename the boat is fine. Yeah, how much is it going to set us back? I'm low on money. I spent all of it on food and water.
it's going to take about, he says 1 gold coin. Eric, based on my knowledge of paint, do I think that can be haggled down fairly, or
You
to
try.
some degree? Well, I should say, is it already in the ball? Is it normally
paint
around a
would be
gold?
very, very cheap. Paint is usually like a silver piece a gallon.
Okay,
Really?
I'm making sure Gold
Yeah.
is in the ballpark and he's not
Yeah,
high or
but
low
you-
balling
no.
me already.
Oh no, he's very high, but you're buying paint in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
I
you know.
thought paint would be super expensive for some reason. But,
Coin's
okay.
gonna look back to the chieftain and he's like, "You got these off me once. If you're okay with an offer, he's gonna hold out the 2 silver pieces that he held out earlier."
He nods, and he questions, and then looks at you and nods, and she is going to go in here and come back out with 2 pints, 1 pink and 1 black, and put them in front of you, and take the 2 silver pieces, walk back to him, hand him the 2 silver pieces, and sit next to him on her knees.
Coin puts the paints in the middle of everyone and he doesn't store it himself. But he's like, "All right, those are the paints. Should have enough for the name. We can even give it a little highlight, a little pink trim."
The pink is if you look in the inside of a conch shell, it's that color pink, and that is very thick paint. It's going to stick very well and be waterproof.
Nice.
The black paint is a lot thinner, but is also waterproof, as that is currently squid ink paint.
Okay. So
You
we
have
got
squid
paint.
ink and conch.
Now we need the name.
All right, I still vote for Fashion Disaster as the name of our vote.
Terrible.
The fashion disaster. That's like, why do we got to tell everybody that? Why do we have to? Why do we
Let it
like the
speak for
first thing
itself.
they learn about us?
I mean, we're at least acknowledging that the color scheme is awful. If we drive up in a boat painted black and pink, they'll think, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with their
But
taste?"
the boat isn't
Okay.
painted like that
It's-
yet. Just the
It's
name.
gonna be written in black with pink highlights, like shading. It's gonna be gorgeous.
All right, is that the gorgeous? Is that
You call it shipwreck.
call it the
Yeah.
gorgeous?
Shipwreck.
The shipwreck.
That's how I felt for the last. He looks at a non-existent watch. Like 2 days.
Yeah, but you don't want to encourage the universe to drown us when we're still in the ocean.
What if it's like
We're
reverse
kinda tempting
psychology or
fate there.
something with the universe?
He's like,
As the sun begins to set, you guys see pink streaks in the sky as the clouds catch some of the waning sunlight.
Coin's gonna
Alright.
say, "I love the humor in that, Ruzid, but with my experience with luck, I like to not maybe tempt it too much. If you're gonna try and weigh fate, I try to weigh it positively. Usually,
Okay. Well,
I'm inclined to.
I love
agree.
the joke though.
If luck be a lady, why not tempt her?
Like that thought.
What? Wait, what did Saphira propose?
I said,
If
if, luck be a lady, why not tempt her?
Yeah.
Hey,
We
hey,
could
man.
call our ship like the Lady Luck.
you know, that's not
not-
terrible.
That's not a bad ship name.
I like it actually.
Fantastic. Can I just like a thumbs up on the name of the ship. I just want to like excuse myself and see if I can find a healer
Oh
on the
yeah,
islands.
absolutely. I think we're done negotiating for now. So I'll turn to the chieftain and say, thank you for trading with us. We will probably spend the night on our ship and then leave tomorrow morning, if that is agreeable to you. Would you like us to return to our ship, or do we have leave to stay on the island? Are there any parts of the island you wish for us to avoid?
He
We
gestures
can check out the magic
to
stone. I whisper to.
he gestures to the huts as far as and gestures no, like you guys are not allowed in the huts themselves.
Understood.
And he gestures to the supplies here, and then to the woman next to him. And you get the idea, don't mess with these unless you want to trade, using her as the go-between.
Fair enough.
But otherwise, he gestures all around, and you are welcome to roam the islands.
We can
Hey,
rest in
Eric.
the ship, I guess.
Eric, you said the sun sort of setting. There's pink streaks. Is the moon visible at all?
The moon is not visible. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a check here. 1d30. No, not yet.
Okay. Just
He's
curious.
gonna help me bring this back to the ship.
And I will
yeah,
now keep track of the phase of the moon for you.
I'm getting tired, and I'm about ready to. I'll pick up the 2 buckets of paint, and I'll head back to the ship, and then.
Who has the food currently? In the water?
I have
I'll take the water.
I'm just I'm keeping track to know that we have it on our persons.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, whoever's going back to the ship with me, everything we bought, the fishing equipment, the paint, the food, and the water, they'll all go back, and we'll put it in the ship's inventory.
Okay. Cool.
So I had put food and water in my inventory, but I'll remove it from my inventory.
Going to add that to the ship's inventory for you guys.
Cool.
We'll just say that you guys managed to, together, take a couple minutes, working as a team, unless someone wants to be excluded, question mark, from doing the manual effort of carrying food, water, and fishing supplies, along with paint, to the ship.
Coin will carry the paint.
Okay. So you
Little
guys
paint.
carry this stuff over there? All right.
Yeah.
And as you do so, the chieftain smiles at you and holds up 2 paintbrushes.
I knew it.
Oh, he's doing this thing again. Coin's like, he holds out the 1 copper from before. He's like,
smiles
you still didn't get this
and-
off me.
He smiles, and the woman will
Coin
walk
puts
over.
up. He says as he's walking over, he puts up 2 hands. He's like, I want both paintbrushes.
She nods. He puts both of them on the ground. Takes your 1 copper piece. And goes back to the guy and gives him the copper piece. He smiles at you appreciatively,
Coin.
knowing that he has just scammed you out of another copper piece.
Yeah, but Coin's not really
it's better
in
than fighting, right?
Yeah,
It's his island. If he wants a copper piece that badly,
my mindset is this is a stolen ship anyways. We're just on a random island. It's not worth trying to fight the bargain right now.
It's our docking fee that he gets to scam us out of 1 copper piece.
Coin hands it to him, and he thinks to himself, like, that was an unlucky coin anyways. Like, he got it off me before, so clearly it's not worth it. I don't mind getting
Okay.
it.
And he walks along with everyone back to the ship to drop it off.
Okay.
As we're walking, he's like,
Yeah, I feel like we need to figure out the name before we go, because anyone passes us while we're sailing with that old name, it might cause some trouble. Do we want, like, a short name? Are we trying to get, like, a full, like, a 4... Are we trying to have, like, 3 middle names to this thing, or... Are we trying to keep it short and sweet?
A latte.
My vote is for short. The latte.
What's a latte?
That's my name, obviously.
It's a latte? Well, what's, like... Okay, but, like, what does latte mean? Like, I'm Sea Toad Coin, right? But I think Sea Toad, self-explanatory. What's...
Okay, question for the sort of a metagamey question for the group and for the DM. Rather than, because we only get 4 hours together a week, rather than spend the remainder of our session tonight discussing what the name of the ship is going to be, could we consider instead we go to bed, we get up tomorrow, we paint the name on and leave without saying what the name is going to be, and then over the course of the next week in the Discord, we decide on a name, and then we name on.
Such a cinematic approach.
Sure, we will go ahead and gloss over what the name is. You guys can figure it out, and once you guys officialize that, let me know. And
I like that idea.
I think from a practical perspective, in my other campaign, in my last session, 2 of the guys spent like close to 80 minutes trying to figure out how we were going to get out of a window, and it just got kind of dull for the rest of us. And
Yep,
so,
understood. So you guys will rename the ship during the week, figure out what you're going to paint on it, and I do need to ask who is going to paint it. I think that's going to be Coin based off of his sticky stuff.
Well, it depends. It's a bet. Well, so he bet with Tati his worth of the painting. He's saying, like, if you can find a bucket, I'll do your share. If you can't, you have to do mine of the painting.
Got it. Okay, so up to you guys at that point, but we'll figure out the name of the ship later.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Don't
I'm
worry,
happy
guys,
to do
I'm
some
an
of the
amazing
painting.
artist.
Sorry, after you. I'm happy to do some of the painting as well. Bryn has try and paint without physical exertion. It'd be a good exercise for the mind.
It's worth noting, Coin can literally like hold to the side of the ship.
Oh yeah,
so
that's useful.
worst case scenario, he can do it. But.
Yeah, I forgot you had spider climb capabilities.
Yeah, so you can literally just Spider-Man it.
All right.
So we
Frog
drop.
made it?
Just yeah, Frogman it.
Okay.
Red-eyed tree Frogman it, and he'll drop the stuff. We'll put it. Do we have like a storage area to go drop it in, like downstairs?
Yeah, you guys can put it downstairs.
I mean,
And
like
the witch
paint
will
and
come
stuff we can just
downstairs
leave on
after
top.
you guys do. She's waited for you guys to get on board the ship, and she will get on board the ship, and she will go downstairs. She will go into her little compartment.
Oh, we're
and
not
she'll close
going.
the
Okay,
door.
bye. And then he just keeps walking like. Hey, she hasn't started
He doesn't
anything.
want to be left behind. He does not want to be left
so
behind.
for-
and so she's
Is it
on
still?
board.
I'm sorry. Have we cut to the next morning, or is it still evening?
Not yet.
No.
Still
We're
yet.
just putting the
Yeah.
supplies on the ship. Right?
Yeah. So as she goes past, I'll say, yeah. So we're not planning on leaving tonight. But as promised, when we cast off tomorrow morning, that's when I'll collect your fare.
Fair enough. Just come in. I'll give it to you. I just don't want to be on the island tonight. Thank you.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So I think my character's also going to turn in as well. I'm sure there's some interesting stuff to explore on this island, but I think my character's tired and is ready for bed.
Okay.
So,
So Bryn's done. Anyone else
Yep.
want to do anything?
Coin's gonna walk back down to the island
Okay.
briefly. He doesn't seem to be doing anything in particular. He's just sort of looking around.
Sure. Mosey.
He is going to. He's going to try and find. He's in the direction of Tati, but he can be seen sort of looking up at the sky, keeping track of if the moon's up, and if it's not, he's just like, oh, all right.
Okay. All right. So what are you doing, Saphira?
I'm gonna talk to Tati and Coin comes here. I'll tell him too. But
Yeah,
you guys
Coin
want to check
will.
out a magic stone.
A magic stone?
A magic stone.
That's a little vague.
I don't really get what you
Saphira.
Where is it?
The witch must follow me.
Okay. Okay.
Magic stone time.
Healers are overrated.
I guess we're just going this way.
As you guys approach, this woman looks at you guys expectantly.
The whole stone.
Greetings.
Below it.
Could you tell us about that stone there? This looks really cool.
It's got skulls on it.
She nods.
Do
What would you like
water
to know?
genasi have skulls?
She smiles, yes. And she gestures to the stone, where there are many skulls.
Well,
It's like a sacrifice place.
She nods.
What do you
Can-
get in return for sacrifices?
What was the question again?
What do you get in return for the sacrifices?
She gestures all around to all of the island.
I think it's like a good harvest kind of shtick. Coin looks at the skulls, and can he distinguish what type of skulls they are? Are they
Roll
humanoid?
a
Are
nature
they...
check.
All right. Trying to find it.
Yep, it's under N. Yes, with the 16, there's a couple humanoid skulls in here, but most of them are beast skulls. Things like there's a narwhal skull. There's a variety of fish skulls, things like that. It's mostly beasts, even though there are at least 2 humanoid skulls on there.
So you kind of just throw what you can work with up there, huh?
She shrugs and smiles sweetly at you guys.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
not
no,
gonna-
it seems like a standard operation. Like, you gotta get the good fish catches sometimes. Yeah, you just throw one of them up here. I get it.
Does the island have a patron?
She gestures to the ocean.
Can I do a, I don't know, religion check?
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
That is a very specific American voice.
Yeah, Eric rushes over to his text document so that he gets the right one here. Oh yes, this is. Here we go. I'm going to send this to you, Tati. Yay for pre-typed stuff that people wanted to ask questions about, and Eric has pre-done. There you go.
So it's like a religious thing?
She nods.
Are these, they're like little swirly markings on it. Do
Yep,
these
there's
seem to
three
be
of them.
do they seem to be animated, or are they just sort of like engraved into the stone?
They are animated. The one that's currently animated is not the one that she gestured to. The one that's currently animated is the green one. And as she gestures to that one, Tati, with your religion, you know what? Let me just go ahead and send you this whole thing in Discord because it's really long for Roll20. Alright, so Tati, there you go. There you go. And the 3 different symbols are for each of those. There you go. Does it help?
Yep.
Okay, you can
yeah, I
feel
think
free to
one of-
express that to them as you wish.
Yeah, I think one of my cousins was actually a super huge fan of Lingo. Well, I mean, he was struck by lightning a couple times.
What? Lightning?
Yeah, he didn't survive the third one, but the first 2 times he said it was like a huge spiritual moment for him when he was like just grounded between the earth and the sky.
Is that what happens to them? And he points at the skulls.
Oh
She
no, I
smiles
don't.
sweetly.
I'm sure that
She smiles sweetly and nods.
That's,
I'm sure
they get hit by
they die in
lightning?
a variety of ways. There's, the nature gods can have a variety of ways to bring.
Yeah,
life.
no, they just have a variety of ways
Together
of shish kebab to fry a sacrifice. Yeah, that scans for the gods.
That's
Why did
something
it
to be
wait? Was your
admired, I
cousin
think.
getting sacrificed, or was he just like on an open hill?
I think the first time it was before I was born, but the first time he was, I think. On
Wait,
the
the
open
first
hill.
he got hit by lightning twice.
Well, 3 times.
Three
the second
times?
time.
You said they do
And
it a bunch of different ways. They did him lightning 3 times.
Well, no, I was saying my cousin was a huge fan of the lightning, and he thought he could communicate. With
Wait,
the-
so it was like a kink thing?
I mean, everyone's got their.
Getting struck by lightning. I haven't heard of that one, but okay.
I've honestly never tried it, and I can't say that I've been tempted. But I'm not. I'm not gonna.
Points
knock
at
it
the
without having
skulls, and
given
he's
it a
like,
go.
"Yeah, I can see why."
The woman gestures to the stone, and if you want to ascend,
I'm good. He says
She
with one hand
nods.
up, like, "Nah, I'm good."
That's the problem. Is you get filled with all of the life of nature in one moment, and it's amazing for that moment, but afterwards you got to move on.
she nods.
I'm not quite ready for that yet, so.
Yeah, except your cousin who couldn't move on the first 2 times, I guess.
They make our people strong. My family doesn't pass on until they're ready.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think I would make it past the first lightning strike.
Well, I do feel like we should probably
So what do
At
they?
least leave some kind of token before we travel into the ocean.
A token? Wait, like a gesture of goodwill to the gods that struck your cousin 3 times? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll see what I got.
That's
The-
just to be
the
clear,
venge-
Coin,
the-
that was like
no.
a favor. That was a boon he was.
No,
granting.
I know. It was just fetish. He says as he
And even
pulls in to try and pull out. Do they take
Even
like?
if
Do they take not
Even
money
if it
things?
weren't,
Like, could
even
I?
if it
I might have
weren't
like
favor,
a
the vengeful
half-eaten
one.
tuna in here or something.
What are you saying, Saphira? Go ahead.
Even if no, I lost my train of thought. Even if it weren't a favor, the vengeful gods are the ones you most want to appease.
There's that too.
That's fucked up, man.
Am I wrong though?
No, you're
The
not.
woman
That's the
shakes
worst
her
part.
head no.
You know, I've had enough bad luck these last few days. I'm willing to drop a copper on that.
Okay. She gestures to the stone.
He pulls out 1 copper piece, and he walks like a step up. He seems nervous to get any closer.
Sure.
He's like, "Should I just throw this on top of it, like a
She
wishing
nods.
well?" Okay.
She shakes her head no.
No, not. Oh, I don't get a wish. Okay. No, it's just a turn of phrase, and he just throws a copper piece right around there.
Okay. It clinks and clatters, and you hear it spin to a stop up on top of the altar.
And I will step forward and do the same with the gold piece.
Okay. Cool. You hear the gold piece go up there and clatter and spin and wobble and finally come to a stop.
I don't have. I truly don't want to die at sea. So
Me neither.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Please
Sure.
continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just do something properly goth and slice my hand open. And
Jesus, Tati.
Okay.
Jeez.
with it, I'm going to just say thanks to the gods that
How many hit
brought
points do you
favors.
have?
Not a lot. Brought favors.
Damn,
to
you're
me.
hardcore, Tati.
All right.
And
So?
ask that those favors don't find us for a good long while.
Okay. Go ahead and wow. Okay, so you do that. That's going to mean you're going to take 1d4 damage.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and roll 1d4. because
Yeah,
you're
don't-
self-inflicting.
I don't even have to.
Don't pass
as-
out,
As the
Tati.
knife cuts into my flesh and the bit of life that I've been hanging on to just comes flooding out, I do my prayer and wipe my hand on the rock and then just
Okay.
collapse on the ground.
Wait,
Oh,
more
okay.
negative levels? Oh, great.
And with that, Tati gains inspiration.
That's commitment.
Please
Worth
don't
it.
tell us
Sarah,
what
I
the
don't.
story-
Do you think you can carry her? I can't exactly. I don't think I'll help.
It's
The
the,
woman
Bring her back to the
catches
ship.
her. The woman catches her
Oh, thank you.
her unconscious form and will move the hair out of her face and wave her hand over your palm, Tati, and your wound will close, but you're still unconscious. She hands Tati to Saphira.
Yeah, you know, just normal things to appease the god.
And gestures for you guys to take her away for a rest, and she will do the whole night
If you could
gesture.
deliver me to a healer, there was something I needed to do.
You know, we
As
probably
you're
should have seen if they had a potion or something.
And
As Tati goes from level 2 to level 0.
Coin's going
No,
to
I was
ask
never
this
even two.
this woman, like, do you think there's anyone around here that could maybe get her walking again? Like, we can throw her on the ship to rest, but this is, I don't know. It's been a tough week for us. I don't.
She gestures to the stone and the top of the stone.
All right. Well, I think we're good. All right, let's go, Saphira.
And I'll take Tati with me.
Okay.
Coin will say to Saphira, like, I think you should get her to the ship. Just get her on a mat or something, something that she could wake up on and not stay passed out on. I need to go ask the chieftain about a trade. But I'll meet you on the ship.
Since someone start getting in a bucket.
Yeah. No, Coin's not. You just reminded me of that. Coin's hasn't even crossed his mind. He's gonna walk up here while they're going, and he's gonna see, is the chieftain out here, or like whoever seems to be playing the front door.
Okay.
And he's like,
if you guys want what just happened over at the altar after session, let me know.
Coin's gonna say to them, he's like, I apologize for bringing this up late, but it crossed my mind as we were setting up our ship. Do you, by any chance, have some form of parchment? A large paper?
He nods, and there is some seaweed-based paper over here. Yeah.
And how much for? So he's eyeballing how much there is. He's looking for like a typical like printer stacks worth, just sort of a backlog.
Ream? You want a ream of paper?
Not a ream, but he's looking to like he figures he's gonna run through a dozen or 2 dozen maps. His thought is like, what paper do they have available?
Okay.
Maybe not a full ream, but just like 10 to 15.
Okay. He holds up one pinky with his palm facing him.
One pinky? Oh, hold on. Do you have change?
He smiles and nods.
All right. So I gotta actually look at my numbers right now.
Sure.
How many copper is 1 silver? Is it like a
10?
10?
Yep.
So if I could just gave you like one, I don't have a silver. If I gave you another silver, could I just get like 10 of those?
He nods.
All right. So do you have change for a goldie?
He nods.
All right. Coin's he's actually gonna spit out. He has a gold coin, like his toothpick at the moment is a gold coin.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's actually just going to spit that out and hold it out.
Okay.
Like,
the woman comes over with the 20 pieces of paper, puts them on the sand next to you, takes the gold coin, and in her hand, closes her hand over it. You hear a little squish as a couple droplets fall out of her hand, and she takes it over, hands it to him, sits down on her knees.
So what's my change for that?
You gain 9 silver pieces.
Coin will put one of them in his mouth, and he'll give him like sort of a grateful, like half bow, and he'll pocket the rest. Was he handed the paper as well, or
the paper was placed on the ground in front of you?
Okay. Coin
just like
will,
everything else they've traded, they never actually hand it to you. They put it on the ground in front of you.
So I figure I'm jumping between the tab for my money. He'll say, "All right, thank you very much," and he'll grab it. He'll grab the paper, pocket the 9 silver pieces, and he'll just start walking back to the ship.
Okay. They're going to go into their hut, and they're going to close the flap to the hut. So you guys are done trading for the day.
He's actually he's going to ask her before he gets on.
The only person who's talked to you guys?
Yeah.
Other than this dude? Yeah.
He's going to say, excuse me, so I'm getting on the ship for now. Do you guys have a policy on walking around later at night? Like, or do you want us kind of in our quarters after a certain time?
You have freedom on the island except for the huts.
I will respect that. Thanks. Okay.
Do beware, the altar gets visited at night.
Visit?
If she walks away.
Huh. Coin, how I sort of, hard to define expression, just sort of, he's like, huh, okay. And he just walks back on the ship. And so to give you an idea of what's on Coin's mind, he looks back up because he keeps checking to see if the moon's out. He's got his paper now, so he knows he can draw, and he's just keeping an eye on how the sky looks. If at any point it gets particularly memorable.
You're going to get to a point, probably around midnight, where just the thinnest sliver of the moon is visible, as it is a new moon.
All right. So I'm not trying to derail the session or anything. I figured this is sort of off screen, so I don't have to prioritize it.
I wonder what happens if Ray falls unconscious again, now that they're level 0.
Well, she was kind of waddling when she got up the last time, so someone might need to carry her for a while.
And still go.
So wait,
Sorry,
he
what
just
was that?
Can
What were you saying?
I still do a medicine check on Tati?
Okay, you're going to do a medicine check. Awesome. Okay. Tati, you are stabilized. You are no longer dying. You're at 0 hit points. Cool. Alright, anything else you guys want to do at this point?
I'm ready to go to sleep. It's been a long day.
If Tati rests, will she recover?
Tati, you go ahead. Everybody can go ahead and take a long rest unless you guys are going to stay up or do any watches or anything.
Coin.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Actually, there is one thing. I was thinking Bryn below decks is having trouble sleeping, and just sort of fitfully, maybe a little while after he's tried to go to bed, he's going to get back up, he's going to go above deck, and I'm going to use my last spell slot to cast Alarm. I'd like to put it in sort of a 20-foot... I'd like to specifically do an alarm at the top of the gang here, and if anybody other than the 6 of us in the party, whether it be the island's inhabitants or the witch below decks, crosses that threshold, I would
Or
like
anyone
to
else.
get or anyone else. I'd like to get a mental ping.
I
Got it.
actually kind of want to step off for a bit, but you don't have to worry about the plank. I can just hop off.
Oh no, it's the 6 of us set off the alarm. It's the 6 of us will be sort of immune to it. We can pass through without setting it off. But I'd like
You're
to be
fine.
alerted.
I may
Yeah.
hop on and off the ship a little bit before the end of the night.
Yeah.
Or later at it.
Okay. Well,
Coin's
let's
going
see.
to ask everyone. So we're just writing the name, right? We don't need all the paint. Would anyone mind if I used a bit of the pink?
I don't care as long as we have enough. The boat.
Or
As long as you have enough
needs
for the
more
name.
pink. Go for it.
All right.
Cool.
This can wait till after everyone's kind of officially long rested.
Alright, go ahead and hit the long rest button, everybody.
All right.
So, Coin,
Go ahead and confirm.
this will
Go ahead,
happen in between it. Coin will go to sleep just probably an hour or two later than everybody.
Sure.
But I recall, Eric, you saying there's sort of pink streaks in the sky. It's a new moon. Coin is going to take some of the paint, the pink paint. He's got the pen from earlier and the brush. And at some point, he'll hop off of the ship and find a spot on the island to just sort of paint the sky.
Okay,
Just sort of leisurely.
cool. Roll performance. It is photorealistic.
Nice.
You
And,
know that painting is going to be worth 2 gold pieces.
All right. Coin will be pretty happy with it, and he'll be very cathartic looking at the sky for a while. But at some point, he will he'll finish it. He'll be like, it's getting late. I should get back. And he'll waddle his way back on, hop onto the ship, and find his own quarters somewhere to sleep to long rest as well.
Cool. All right. So go ahead and hit the long rest button. Hit that confirm on the green button in order to get all your spell slots and stuff back. You guys are all well rested. Get all your resources returned, and dawn breaks. The alarm is not triggered by anyone during the night.
All right.
You guys all slept through it, so you guys don't know anything that really happened on the island at night because you guys were asleep. So, next morning you wake up, you see off to the left, which we can't see on this map, you see the same fishermen headed out away from the island in their double canoes.
Well, let's get headed over to Inland Point, yeah?
I'm curious now. So now it's the morning. I'm wondering. I'd like to take a few minutes before we leave. Actually, no, never mind. Let's get moving. Whatever the fishermen are up to, they're probably just fishing. But I'm curious that the fishermen supposedly were on the island, and then, I wonder if the fishermen are like Genasi in disguise, or if they.
Wait, I thought they said they weren't coming here.
That they did. I'm curious as to. It looks like they were here overnight, but. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think.
Don't tell Crystal.
What they said was, we're not going there now. And they were going to be coming here later for trade.
That makes sense. We wouldn't see them when we arrived.
Exactly. They would have come in at night, done their trade, and then left.
Okay, so it's the morning.
Completely alone.
All right. First things first. Have we painted the name of the boat yet, or has it been done?
Yes, you guys will have painted the name on the side of the boat. I
Coin.
will have given Coin to the credit for having done that during his 2 hours of casual painting.
Understood.
Which he did. I want to say, just on a small tangent, having seen Tati take a fall, he will feel empathetic to her being passed out. He's like, he's not getting that bucket. Alright, we got this. This needs to be done before we sail, and I don't think she's gonna be ready for it.
Oh, Coin has a heart.
At some point, he will tree frog, climb on the side, paint the name, and hop back on. And he'll be like, "Yeah, no, it's all set up on the side there, so we should be ready to go whenever we need to."
Now, are we going to say that you did this before or after your relaxing painting last night?
So I guess.
I think before would make a lot of sense. You painted it, you got it done, and then you just took some time for yourself.
I think it would make sense before because that's like right before everyone went to rest, so we would have a bit of time to hash out the name itself.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys wake up, the paint is dry, the boat has been renamed, you guys are at the island of the Green Huts, Green Hut Island. Is there anything you guys want to do here before you kick off the gangplank and leave?
I would like to confirm the presence of Pitney Bones on the ship.
She is down there, you can smell the nicotine.
Alright, fair enough. And then okay, so I'm ready to set sail.
There's a loud thump, and Tati comes running up the decks, or wherever she was laid out, and she's like, "Crap! What time is it? Oh no!" And then runs off the ship. And
it's past the bet's time frame, Tati.
Yeah, she's headed back, hoping to find this dude around the little market square that they had.
Tati, where are you going? Oh, damn it! All right, I run off the ship.
Coin does not. He's just like, I'm good.
Do you know what that's about, Coin?
She seemed to be in a hurry. I have a guess, but you never totally know with Tati.
Could Ruzit tell that that Tati's just completely fucked up at this point? Like in terms of their health status, like because they keep going unconscious or whatever.
Roll medicine check.
Okay, let's see if I can notice this.
Yeah, there's something wonky going on.
Have you taken a look at Tati, Coin? Like they don't look okay.
Well, the last thing I saw her do was slice her hand open and fall unconscious. So you might be onto something there, Ruzid.
So Bryn went to bed early, so I missed the whole scene at the end. I also bathroom, so I missed it. Does Bryn notice that something's up with Tati?
Roll a medicine check.
15.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Damn it,
Now it's
Tati, did you level down again?
To give a proper context, I imagine when Tati is hauled back to the ship at some point.
Hauls back. I'm coming right back, guys. Wait,
no.
Don't drive off without me.
Saphira and/or Coin, I would presume, at some point told everyone there is a ritualistic thing over there. I threw a coin, Saphira threw gold, and Tati threw her blood.
She threw her life force as well. She looks like she's dying at this rate.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm paying her for.
Hey, I mean, at least you're paying me. I'm strong.
Well, yeah, Ruzid, yeah, you're strong. Yeah, you earn your.
Is there anything on anything heavy on the deck right now?
No, there's not.
Ruzid goes into the hold and goes and tries to grab the chest. Can he try to pick up the chest in the hold?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pick up the chest. Roll his athletics check. Alright, cool, yeah, you pick up the chest and are able to carry up the stairs.
Ruzid is going up the stairs with the chest in his hand and is
No, that stays here, Ruzid. Ruzid, that stays on the ship. We're not leaving that. We already left the lobster pot.
I'm strong.
Please.
He's doing power lifts or whatever it is.
Like Ruzid.
Over the head.
Oh man, that actually is kind of impressive. But still, I don't. We need to get you some dumbbells or something.
And then he puts it to his side. It's like a thump as the chest hits the top of the deck.
Coin gives sort of a. It's hard to tell if he's being sarcastic. Clap.
Crystal looks at him pretty impressed, actually. She's impressed.
Is there anything in that?
Let's see you try to pick it up. And then Ruzid looks away.
Coin's just gonna walk up
guys.
and open it and see if there's anything in it. At your discretion.
Just a moment.
Sure.
Alright, so the chest is busted open, and there is nothing left in the chest. The chest is ruined and broken.
Coin closes it, and Ruzid's looking away, but Coin's just gonna sort of pretend to try to struggle to pull it up, to hold it up. He's gonna, I can't.
Did you pick it up? You're pretending to pick up one side of it. Because when he dropped it, the chest broke. I actually wrote it down in Roll20 there.
Oh.
I rolled a D2 for you guys. The chest is broken.
Coin's going to try and pick up a big portion or whatever. He's like, I'll give you something, Ruzid. I can't pick it up. And I can't clean it up either. So you should probably. He says, gesturing back to it.
Ruzid ignores him.
Tati, what is going on over on the island?
I ran back to where all the wares and trades were laid out. I'm just looking real quick for either a healer's kit or an herbalism kit.
You look around and you don't see any. Do you ask for one?
Yeah, I want to, especially if they're out here like they seem to be. I want to run over and ask if they have an herbalist. Like a Mama Runo? You got somebody I can talk to?
The woman next to him stands up and bows to you, keeping her eyes on you the whole time. She bows at the waist.
Yeah, that's... I saw Bryn do this. I'm gonna bow back.
Performance check, please.
I'm kind of bouncy.
Uh-huh. Awesome, right here. This would be great. The performance? Yeah, okay.
Boing.
Yep. It's like a hyperactive kid trying to be formal. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so...
state, yes.
So, she looks at you and gestures into this hut here, and we'll walk past you. And looks in there. she's going to show you that there's a lot of herbs and stuff in there.
Having done a little bit of training with Mama Bruno, I'm gonna pick out stuff in a basic herbalism kit.
Okay.
And I don't think I can afford it, but I'm gonna point out anything that would be ingredients for a healing potion.
Okay. Roll a medicine check. Got to be a 12 for a basic healing potion.
So terrible.
Oh, no, sorry, it's
I did
14.
I did not pay attention in class.
No, you did not. But you're talking to her about it, right?
Yeah. So my grandmama makes most of them all the time, and in the summertime she made me go out and pick herbs with her. And I think like this one's what we used a lot to make the healing potions.
She slaps your hand away from that one.
Like, oh no. Well, we made salves sometimes, and like a poultice, and it.
She
it
gestures
like a
that
fluffy
it
flower
itches.
That
Yeah. Like everything you're picking, she's like, no, don't do that. Don't eat this one, etc. And she sighs and holds up her hand, palm towards you, holding up 5 fingers.
I'll produce 5 gold pieces for her.
She will smile, nod, and
I have
wave.
seen enough of this that I'll just like put it on the table for her.
She looks at it, and she waits and waves over it to this guy, who stands up, walks over, takes the 5 gold coins from you, puts them on the ground in front of her. She puts the herbs in a large sack with a couple of implements and hands them to him, and he puts them on the ground next to you, bows, takes the coins, and hands them to her.
Do you have a medicine
And then
kit?
he sits on his knees next to her.
Let's see what you guys do here. You're like a team.
Okay. And medicine kit. That's a healer's kit.
Yep, I've never actually used one because Auntie Evie is just a huge pain in the butt, honestly. But I think someone in the party could probably manage it.
Okay. An herbalism kit is another 5 fingers.
Then I will offer him 5 gold pieces.
He stands up, comes over, takes the 5 gold pieces. She goes in, collects all the different things, including a mortar and pestle, pouches, vials. There will be 10 vials included. And if someone is proficient, they can actually create antitoxins and potions of healing, as she will include both recipes. She puts those on the ground in a little wooden crate of driftwood. He picks it up and puts it on the ground next to you, hands her the coins, steps back, and sits on his knees.
What sort of skills are required for potion making? Is it just medicine, or is Arcana involved at all?
It's proficiency in an herbalism kit, and then the skill checks are all medicine.
Okay.
So when you're crafting, like a potion of healing is DC 14, antitoxins of 14. As you guys get higher and do fancier stuff, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I think the highest one I've got right now that anyone's actually succeeded on is a potion of possibility, and it's a DC 30.
I'm gonna grab up the stuff real quick and just be like, "Thank you so much. Have a really great day." And then just run away.
Are potions of speed DC 50?
Potions of speed are very difficult to find the ingredients for. But she will bow at the waist, watching you run away.
I'm gonna get about here, see what she did out of the corner of my eye, and turn around and bounce back down and bow again and run away.
Okay.
Back to the ship.
She then sits down on her knees next to him, and they put their foreheads together, and they shake their heads. These people be crazy.
Oh, hey, Bryn. I'm headed back. Did you need anything, Bryn? Okay. I'll meet you
Walker's
back
muted.
Sorry? Am I muted?
You were, or you were talking.
I walk around the debris.
But they ask if there's anything you need as
Nope.
Tati goes running past you onto the ship.
All right. Back to the ship. All right.
Hey, did the ship get painted? It looks really nice. Who did that?
Well, just a portion of it. We still got to do the main painting. The coin does not
Something
say
to
that
work
he's
towards.
the one who painted it.
Okay. So, as you guys are ready to depart, is there anything else you guys want to do here?
Before we cast off, I'll wait until after we cast off, and then I'll collect our fare from the
Okay.
our passenger.
Cool. So you guys watch as the woman comes over and removes the gangplank from the dock. She puts it off to the side for the next ship to come by. And you guys weigh anchor and head off back into the sea. And then you're going to go downstairs to try to collect your fare from the individual down below, huh?
Yes. So I'll go down and I'll knock on the door and I'll say, oh dang it, what's her name? Pitney.
Yes? Yes!
We have cast off. Can I collect our fare, please?
Of course. Come on in, little boy. Come on in.
And you went down there alone.
I did.
Right. Okay. Just
Yes, I'll open the door.
Okay. She hands you a small, ovoid object with 2 points on the end. It's white. It seems almost like the texture of spider webs on the outside of it. It weighs maybe 2 grams. And she smiles. There you go. And
All right,
go
thank
ahead and
you.
add 1 Black Star Sood to your character sheet.
As long as I'm down there, I sort of. Thank you. Could you maybe tell me how to use it?
She holds her hand out. If you need me to show you, I'll show you. And she takes a similar looking one, somewhat thinner, and puts it in her mouth and lights the end with her fingers. And she starts smoking a blunt. And you can definitely smell marijuana.
I want to say that of all of our party members, the last one I expected to be getting high in the bottom of our ship with a witch is Bryn.
Okay,
You're the last person I expected.
I'm not getting high. I asked how to do it. I wasn't asking. I got one, which I appreciate. I'm a good learner, so I take detailed notes. But
Yep,
I'm
you take
not-
detailed notes as to how to light a doobie.
Gotcha.
And she begins to hotbox herself in the bowels of your ship.
I make a hasty exit.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have time to get you guys docked or even to the next encounter, so we're going to end here at the 3:15 mark today. We will pick this up next Wednesday night as you guys have resupplied your ship. You guys have repainted the ship with a name to be determined. You guys did not engage in any combat today. You did not have to get imprisoned or escape from prison, even though one person did fall unconscious.
Yeah, what the hell happened when I was in the bathroom?
It seemed like the right thing to do.
To satisfy Walker's curiosity, not necessarily Bryn's, but Walker's curiosity, the 3 people, Saphira, Coin, and Tati, walked over to the rock, and I'm going to show you the rock on the hut map again, just because it's fun to answer this. This stone over here in the center of the map, they walked over here and talked to this lady. And after some discussion, Tati figured out that this is an altar to the nature gods of Toivoa, the 3 of them. And she told a story about her cousin who had been struck by lightning 3 times. And so Coin, Saphira, and Tati all gave sacrifices to the nature gods. And Coin threw a copper piece up here. Saphira threw a gold piece up here. And Tati, at 1 hit point, slashed her hand and put her own blood on the altar. Meaning that Tati fell unconscious. Again.
She
So
seemed very
that's a
confident.
guaranteed, because even a commoner could could prick their finger or cut their hand and not know. That was
I
just
did it pretty deliberately, with the intention of giving some of my life to the altar. I just didn't have very much life at the time.
That's
Based.
And this would have been conveyed to you in character by Coin or Saphira at some point.
So they're
just
back to
for
being a
context.
commoner again? Commoner round 2?
Yep.
Well, I mean, playing, it's hard mode, right? Playing as a commoner. They're just taking on the
Exactly.
challenge.
So,
I can see why you need
happened while
bodyguards.
you were- yeah, that's why you guys. Hey, this is the fun part about it. You guys are enjoying the RP event, and I encourage this kind of thing. If you guys want more information about the Gods of Toivoa, I am working on a player's guide that'll give you basic information. It's still a couple of weeks/months away because I'm trying to get enough information to answer most questions. As you guys are adventuring, it's helping me develop a lot of it.
Actually, have a question about Ruzid then, because I wrote in their bio that they worship Kareska, which is the goddess of draconic magic. Is that still in Toivoa? Is that fine?
No, that's Wizards of the Coast lore. I need to work on that. Send that to me in Discord, and I will work up a different name for that and a different description of how that fits into this.
Okay.
Because I can't use Wizards of the Coast stuff without them being all, that's ours! And if you want to have any questions about that, go talk to the whole Pathfinder organization, Phaso. They cannot use the word beholder because Wizards of the Coast will sue them into the dirt.
Call it a eye tyrant.
Yeah, they call it eye tyrants. It's the same creature. It's just they can't use the name because Wizards of the Coast is very, very litigious. And I am trying to avoid that as a little small-time business. So when I do the new campaign setting, which is the whole purpose of it, is to avoid the Wizards of the Coast copyright infringement. So we will go ahead and fix it, make sure that what we've got is copacetic and works for what you intend. I want to make sure that people are happy with whatever gods or goddesses or agnostics or atheism you guys are doing. I want to make sure that that's all within what you guys are expecting.
Yeah,
So-
I just sent you a reminder in DMs.
Appreciate it. I'll work on that probably tomorrow or Friday. I have the novel one shot coming up on Saturday, which if you guys want to know more about some of the people in Nausea, there's going to be some lore coming in there, and it's going to be pretty interesting. If you guys are not familiar with my novel one-shots, what I do is I have an author by the name of Tristan S. Parker come in, and he watches the event back, and he does a novelization of the one-shot. And we've done 2 of them so far. The third one is this Saturday, and we're going to take those 3 chapters, each one's 50 pages, and I'm going to be publishing a book on Amazon, and that's going to be happening later this year.
Nice.
If you want to come in and watch that, we will be streaming that live on Saturday at 4 p.m. Central on the YouTube channel. And so that's exciting. We have some really cool custom art coming in from that. 2 of the characters are already done. The other 2 characters will be done either tomorrow or the day after. And they are really cool characters. The players who are playing the roles are very good role players. I have, for those of you who know them, I have Dave from the Tuesday group. I have Damon and Steve from the Monday group. And I also have Dustin from the Tuesday group, all in that game. So hang out, check them out. They're a lot of fun to watch these guys role play. I know that one of the people is going to be very cantankerous, and I look forward to getting into a shouting match with him. So it's already been predetermined. We agreed on it, and he's been playing my games now for 2 years, and so I know that this is 100% in character, and we will be perfectly fine after the event. But be ready for some cool RP arguments. It's going to be fun. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday I've got Teens of Toivoa, and I also am going to be streaming the Tuesday night Session 0 if I get the permission from those guys. So we've got lots of fun stuff coming up for you guys. I've got a lot of GM Eric stuff coming on. If you did not read the Tiamat thing that we discussed at the start, please go read that.
So
Jordan
funny.
did an amazing job. I also have a mug now available on the website. If you guys go check out the merchandise section, it is the mug is, I think I named it the, oh gosh, I want to make sure.
I'm all amped up. Just one more level and I'll get my subclass.
Yeah, the mug was, here we go. It is the FGME glossy mug, because I can't use WGME because WGME is a CBS station in Portland.
There's always someone with the most obscure copyrights.
So I have to avoid them. So FGME, I did a lot of research on that. I can use that, and so the FGME glossy mug is available, and it shows both Asteria Dugard and Belhiri on the mug, and it does say that it is your source for fantasy event coverage. So check that out if you guys
Will they be covering future events?
I don't know. I might have to get a certain individual to lurk in my streams in the future. So we'll have to see. But anyway, I thought it was a fun thing to do because he did such a great job with it. So. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. If there's anything character, item, story, RP, GM wise, let me know that I can help with. The gods thing, I'm going to work on that for Ruzid. But yeah, you guys did really well tonight doing all the negotiations with a very strange culture that you guys had no information on.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I credit going to Brown University for that.
I'm glad. This is a lot of fun to be like, all right, we're going to put you guys into a culture that it's like, what the heck's going on? But
I dig it.
They've got a very
it's kind of a puzzle in itself. Like,
yeah, it's a puzzle.
Figuring
It
out
is.
how to.
Puzzle.
What's fun about it is an equal society, and he handles the trading of physical goods as far as weapons and trade goods, and she handles all of the herbs and things like that and medicinals. And so it's not like he's the patriarch. It's a team, but they have their very specific cultural roles when they fulfill those. Which
they're specialized in different things.
And it's a posture thing where when she's in charge, he becomes the servant, and when he's in charge, she becomes the servant. And it's not one is necessarily over the other. It's just they're the go-between.
Well, luckily I have real-life expertise in not offending people, so we're able to get through that.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to use the term mediator as opposed to servant, but that was a fun thing to role play. So, and you guys didn't attack the fishermen. Check that out.
I mean, why attack the fishermen? They're just chilling.
Well, it made a deal with a witch. Yeah.
I mean,
it does sort of outline
It
outlines our alignment, kind of like here's a bunch of fishermen. What are we gonna do about it? We gotta figure out.
Ruzid craves the fight, but they're not like just go start murking people for no reason.
See, I hate the term alignment, and if you guys have a question about this, I've actually done a thing about it on my Patreon.
100% agree. I hate the term alignment too.
But behavior pattern is a much better system than alignment. This is what your characters would do, as opposed to my alignment is lawful neutral. I will do stuff that's good for this.
If your DM plays the alignment police, I make a frowny face.
Now there are times where. Good.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I always feel like it should be maybe at most the starting points, but then after that, once you know your character, the alignment is something that if it exists at all, it's something that emerges. It's a description, not something you have to be every time.
Yeah. No, it's a basis for the player to learn the role playing of their character. Once the character has been developed and flowing, like you guys are already going. I mean, seriously, we would know if Crystal's out of character real fast. If Kati starts being like super serial and going meditative, we've got a problem going on. To be out of character. So it's fun to have it as a starting point, but there are certain mechanics in Dungeons and Dragons, especially when we start getting advanced stuff and spells, that can alter alignment. And yeah, we would discuss that, but I wouldn't do it as alignment. It's more of your behavior changes. I usually handle that with individual player where we discuss, okay, yeah, your character's feeling that this person is murderous or whatever, and we start really messing with people's minds. And it takes good role players to handle that.
I feel like
be ready for that at some point.
I feel like Ruzik can be brutal and cutthroat, but he's not like a psycho. He's not just gonna go murk some fishermen.
The good news is, even though we didn't really directly interact with the fishermen in any bartering, Coin got something for a map. So it wasn't just like,
Exactly.
oh, there's just a thing we saw. I got some info out of that.
They pointed
so
us
I'm
to the
happy.
island. So.
That's true. We found
The
green hut.
interaction between Ruzik and Coin is so fun.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now we have
love
a
that.
grand total of 2 points of interest on Coin's map. The
Yeah.
Green Hut Island and
What do you
the
think?
good fishing spot.
How much do you think that will sell for?
Probably not much. Got to get a little more on it.
Need a little
So-
more context.
If I find the
All
right guy, if I I could run into a guy
Oh,
who's
yeah.
I'm not catching anything.
Yeah. I'm genuinely glad, for what it's worth, that Pitney Bones has seemed to be, we could persuade her to be friendly, and that we didn't just have to kill her and dump her over the side, because I think she could be an NPC, underworld contact in the future if we need one.
She is fully developed. When you guys are dealing with these people, all of these characters have backstories and motivations and ways to manipulate them, and you have handled Pitney Bones in a way that I think is probably the best as far as Bryn's motivations go.
She knows Bryn will buy drugs off her. So there's one
Well,
connection.
we'll negotiate for it. Black
Yeah.
Star Suit, just for the record, is worth 1,000 gold per dose.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
sell that.
She
Maybe
really
we
didn't
should.
want to be left on that island. Is what it
Maybe
The
we
trick
absolutely should.
The trick
find out.
is that Crystal would know that Black Star Suit is very addictive, very powerful, and also very, very frowned upon as an illegal substance. So
We'll
it
see how the
is
party reacts to
illicit.
that idea.
Well,
It's a
in the
highly
negotiation.
illicit
In the
drug.
party to start fencing illegal goods.
So
Yeah, we'll see how
well-
that plays out.
The
Yeah,
realization that I had intended it to be sort of an ace in the hole if we need additional. I mean, it's just an extra sorcery point and maybe some flexibility with meta magic is. It's
Oh,
not
there-
nothing.
Jordan knows what it does, and the exact effect to be revealed later is OMG.
Oh, I thought that the exact effect was what happens if you overdose.
Oh, I thought the exact effect was
No.
referring to the meta magic option.
No, the exact effect is to be revealed later is in reference to the meta magic. If you fail the Constitution saving throw, you are knocked unconscious.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, so
Okay,
the exact
that
effect
was-
is in reference to the meta magic, so it's
So-
even extra
yeah.
meta magic option.
That was going to be my question: is do I get to pick the meta magic option, or is
No.
it predetermined? Okay.
No.
Okay.
In fact, the application of the meta magic isn't even something you get to do. It is when you smoke it, you gain the access to this, and it gets revealed when you do the thing.
I'm
So
glad-
I get one sorcery point. Nothing complicated. Get a
Right.
sorcery point. But then I also get access to a meta magic option, but I don't know what it is, and in fact, I may not even learn what it is until I try to use it.
Right. In fact, there's a good chance that even when you use it, you won't know what it does until it's active. It is. This is a good way for the GM to have a lot of fun with creativity and let you know that I've got a very short list of the things that this thing does. It is a ton of fun. Jordan has used it once in the Saturday campaign, and he was jaw dropped when he did it. So I had him on camera. He says, I'm going to use the Black Star Sood, and then I cast his spell, and he sat there with his mouth open. He's like, yes! So, be aware it's important.
Put a longbow in your
Yeah,
inventory,
God.
by the way, so you can sell that later. I took it out of my inventory.
Oh, okay. I'll add it to my inventory then, but I can't use it effectively.
I can't use it either, so that's why I got rid of it. I have a light crossbow already that I use.
Wait, you're a fighter, don't you have proficiency in all?
Well, I can. I don't have any arrows, and I already have a light crossbow, so I'm just kind of
I
like,
see.
I don't really. And also, a longbow is kind of big for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say I love have that's a conversation. I support it, but I also think it's funny we pitch the campaign as like a Robin Hood-esque adventure, and by session 3 we're talking about selling drugs, like highly addictive drugs.
Yeah, we can start the drug trade. It's like a good strategy.
The best part for me is that of the entire party, the person dealing with the witch and getting the illegal drugs is, frankly, and this is not meant in a negative way at all, but Goody Two Shoes Bryn.
He was gonna be a lawyer.
It's
He's
for
solid.
the record, Bryn's major in school is undetermined. That may be retconned in later. Actually,
Okay.
in
It was
truth,
somewhere in his mind.
I'll reveal to the party that much of Bryn's backstory at this time is undetermined. I've given the DM
Yep.
a few sort of like family relations and his relationships with them, but at some point I'm expecting Eric to say like, "Oh, Bryn, this is your little brother," and I'll just be like, "Okay, this is canon now."
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and that's
So-
that's part of the fun of doing this, and it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun because I do have stuff developed for Bryn that I'm not revealing yet. But
Of course, yeah.
cousin, tonight we developed cousin Kalevi, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Struck by
Oh
lightning.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Cousin-
Struck by lightning
cousin
3 times.
Kalevi.
Yeah, Mr. Shock Me Good.
Yeah, I
Very
got
good.
all the information about cousin Kalevi, and now I have a new character as an NPC that I have a history on.
I'm definitely
He's totally
sensing
Walks
some
around with a
danger.
lightning rod.
I'm definitely sensing some danger next session. I feel like, what is it called? That
Calm before the storm.
I feel like Enlin Point is gonna be a little bit of trouble.
Well, I'm glad we stocked up on supplies. Did our food?
Mostly.
Oh, cargo hold, excellent.
Do we
Thank
know?
you,
Wait,
Vlad.
so
Yeah.
couldn't our cleric make healing potions with that kit? Couldn't they try to do that now, or like
I
we
was
need
gonna
to
say
try-
we don't have that many
Yeah.
healing potions, so we got to make sure that's figured
have
out before
enough?
we're fighting.
You have enough herbs for one attempt at one potion, is what it comes with.
So be
Also,
mindful of
After
that. We gotta
after
be.
that, you have to collect more herbs.
We gotta
I'm
be
gonna-
mindful of
Which
when
one?
to avoid combat
better than
because
nothing.
we're down on potions. Tati is kind of just a mannequin for
we
fighting
gotta
right
be
now.
strategic
Rude.
in the next fight.
So I have two
Well,
comments on that.
One
My
hand
first
cut.
comment. My
Yes.
first comment is that I'm assuming that we all needed to eat and drink before we went to bed, so I'm gonna take 6 rations out of the cargo hold
Okay.
for our
Yeah, that's fair.
our eating and drinking. And then secondly, Tati's level 0 and the rest of 2. That's a problem for several
We
reasons.
also rolled min HP.
We're gonna have to
Well,
find some
that happened and that just sucks.
non-combat
But like,
XP.
is there anything we can do to help your character, Ray?
Oh, and that's
Yeah,
where we end because I can't tell you that.
Okay.
It'll be in mind.
Fine.
though.
No, if the answer is no, if the answer is you can't tell us, I just want to make sure that because I personally I have been the character in a campaign where everybody else sort of like did min-maxing their character.
Yeah.
Where I was in a campaign who's included a Twilight Cleric, a Polearm Master Sentinel, and an Elden Accuracy Gloomstalker Ranger, and then me, who was just Brunor. And
Yep.
I felt very underpowered, and that affected my enjoyment of the campaign.
I
And
will
so-
tell you that this is
Whatever a
self
min-maxer is, I am the opposite of that.
That's fine.
Ray is currently
It-
intentionally taking these because she wants to play this way.
She wants to play hard mode.
This is not Eric's idea. This was Eric going, "You don't want to do this," and she's like, "Bring it on!"
Okay, so we're all playing
I
on
love that.
Smarter Die, and they're playing on Eric's having fun.
No,
Sounds good.
no.
She's
not playing Eric's
Rachel's
character.
having fun.
This is Rachel's having a good time.
This is
Um,
difficulty a little higher than Eric's. Rachel's having a good time.
when we have session 0, and she's done this twice now for session 0, when I ask, all right, do you guys want to share XP and level up at the same time? She's like, no, I want to be the one below everybody.
Really? That's interesting.
Well, you're right
think
on
a
track.
Party, I think it doesn't have to be me, although I
Yeah.
like it when it's me too. But I think a party with staggered levels is more interesting.
So
I get that.
I get
I'm
it.
Although it wasn't my
That's
goal
kinda
to
cool.
stay at level 0.
Had me fooled.
That was not actually
Yeah.
the plan.
But there are things that can be done. I'm not going to tell you what they are. There are things that can be done in situations that will revert her back to being full level 2. She is keeping track of her hit points as she levels. She just doesn't have access to them or her abilities right now.
All
So
right.
officially, she's level 2 minus 2.
Well,
Okay.
are they gonna have to go full Skyrim NPC the next fight? Like, you're gonna be like, no! Help! You have 1 health!
I think we
Commoners
all
can do
need to be
stuff.
mindful of how we strategize the next combat, especially if the numbers of enemies are above
Yeah,
ours.
we'll have to be very, very careful next fight.
Remember, you guys left almost 2,000 gold worth of potions on the dock.
Yep.
So, along with whatever else was in that lobster pot. So
20 rations, I believe. A lot
and
of
all
food.
of Coin's equipment was left there. So you guys are still,
Kits.
yeah, you guys still have stuff. You guys
It's a
got lot of
hero's
stuff
journey.
tonight.
It's like the beginning of a Metroid game when Samus loses all
Exactly.
power-ups.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
like
To get them back one at a time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you guys are going through this. I love that you guys are willing and embracing this. It makes for a great story. And as you guys overcome this and figure out what's going on, we'll see what happens. And next week, I've got some really cool things coming up for you guys as you guys continue your way towards Inland Point. Inland Point probably is not going to happen next week, most likely, just because of the
Okay.
distance.
that's fine.
But
I'm looking forward to it. I'm having
there is
ton of
a
fun.
journey. Remember when we talked about it, ship campaigns, you're going to spend some time on the ocean. I'm glossing over a lot of that. We're just saying, hey, look, we spent hours doing this, as opposed to we will now be on the boat and we'll be bored.
Well, to be
I
fair,
hate
we've
doing that.
yeah,
Go ahead.
we had no rations leading up to now, so it's been a lot harder to like where
Yeah.
are we gonna go? Like it's like just hit land.
And I
Yeah,
think eventually we'll have stuff to do during downtime, like crafting and practicing stuff. But yeah, for now we can just sort of gloss over that.
I
absolutely.
plan to become an artificer type at some point, maybe. Craft some things. That could be fun.
There's certain artificers going to be hard to do, but as far as crafting stuff, that's perfectly fine. Like blacksmithing, jewel crafting, all these other things, absolutely. There's also enchantment. I do. If you go and watch my Sunday group, the Sunday group has an archer that the entire group just feeds different arrows into, from tinkering to potions to enchantments, bombs, all sorts of stuff go into this archer, and he's like, "I'm the DPS of the group," and the entire group's like, "Okay, we're cool with that."
Could someone who's like
So the group,
magically
so the group
inclined
strategy is to
knows- oh,
unleash the archer.
Yes.
oh my god! If someone who's like magically inclined and is proficient in Arcana, would they be able to make things like spell tattoos at some point? Is that like something
If
they could
they
learn how to do? Yeah, learn how to do it.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're going to have to find a tattoo artist who's willing to teach you, because just, hey, look, I have magic and I stab you with needles is a bad way to go, right, Tati?
But also think of how much fun it would be while you learn how to do it. Just I
The
saw
most
this
Tati thing
happen
I've
one
ever
time. I'm just gonna put some magic in a needle and see what happens. Come over here with your arm.
Like you get a bad tattoo and bad magic at the same time.
I want to give Coin some sick. I want to give some Coin some sick shield tattoos to help him out.
Yeah, so-
You should test it on someone else first. Let me know when you can
Tati
draw a
is
good
old
circle.
hat at tattoos and would totally line up to be a guinea pig for that experiment.
Are we gonna
So-
have a team tattoo?
Well, give it a few
Tattoos.
levels.
You know Coin has tattoos, so if you
Then I'll
can
be able
convince
to.
if you can convince
Eventually.
him you know how to make one,
Well, I
Yeah.
have to learn.
we'll play
Yep.
it through.
So, Yeah, absolutely. These are all things that you guys can learn how to do as we develop the campaign. Again, you guys are just level 2 still. You guys got a long way to go. I also wanted to bring up the point I am going to be doing a battle royale probably near the end of February, early March. You guys still are going to level before that. But we will be having some very high level characters in that. You may or may not want to join. It's a lot of fun, but you guys are going to be fairly low level. So just realize that.
If we all join, we can gank one person. Remember.
Theoretically.
Also,
Yeah.
also grapple cheese.
Yeah. So have a wonderful time, guys. I will catch you guys next week, and we'll pick up from there.